here for? Strictly business. Yeah. You want a job or get rich? I'm bossed up. 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 Got boss in my IV. Just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me. My services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low. Rappers turning into rats. Fly snitching on they self. DEA ransack.
What's popping? What's good? Oh, GQ got the blockers on today, so you know what kind of day it is.
So listen, it ain't just any blockers now. These are the Coach Prime blenders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Misunderstood.
Okay.
So we got a target. We got a target today.
Yeah. Let me change that. We got the blenders on in the building today. You saw the thumbnail. You know what today is. What do we mean by us versus Big Head Media? Let me sum it up real quick. We tried to tell y'all before that we are ahead of the curve, and what we do, they eventually catch up to it. But the biggest thing is we stand on principle. We stand on what we say, and we mean what we say. Unlike Big Head Media, shout out to T.I.'s son, who's a complete idiot. But if we say something, a lot of it comes from our research, our time that we put into this thing, and that's how we accumulate the data and give you the dope show that we give you every Friday. And it's not just us. I want to shout out Basket to Basket. I want to shout out Gentleman's Talk. I want to shout out Player versus Team. This is from the sideline versus Big Head Media. We are the move.
It's what we do.
Just so everybody knows. So let's get to some of this Big Head Media goofiness that they have been spewing over the past couple weeks. You want to start with Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay.
Absolutely great start.
Let's start with Jalen Hurts. And the reason why I have this issue with Big Head Media and Jalen Hurts, because it was just 2 years ago, last year, the beginning of this year.
It really was last year, right before the draft. Right before they acquired AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When everybody was, the Eagles need to move on from Jalen Hurts. He's not a franchise quarterback. He can't make the throws needed to make this team good. Jalen Hurts is basically a running back playing quarterback. We heard that about another quarterback we're going to get to in a minute. Then we get to, them saying, Skip Bayless, that it's luck these last 4 weeks because they've been down at halftime and they miraculously come back to win these games. Now, how about he's a good quarterback on a good team?
Luck. Wow.
How about the Eagles made the right adjustments at halftime to get their team in the proper position so that their star quarterback could make the right plays for them to win games.
That's what halftime is for, right, Mel? Right, GQ, to make adjustments at halftime.
That's right.
There's this thing we call it competent coaching. I think it's called competent coaching.
Okay. I just had to make sure you go in at halftime, you change some things because you've seen some things in the first half that you might not have been prepared for. So you go in, you change some things, adjust, update, playbook and alignment assignment, and then you come out and you execute. I thought that was football.
That's what good coaching does.
I thought that was just sports in general.
I thought must be confused. I'm sorry.
And I just don't. All of a sudden now you got half of them are still with it's not Jalen Hurts. To the other half is, we've always believed in Jalen Hurts. No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's lies. Now
smell that bullshit all the way over here.
Now the two guys to my, right or left, whichever however you're looking at it, we all believed what Jalen Hurts was, and we all said the same thing that we say about most quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks. Allow them to grow and mature into their position.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the requisite weapons and let's see what happens. But all of a sudden now it's the tides have turned. He can't be considered one of the best quarterbacks in the league because now he has too many weapons. We'll get to another quarterback that they say that about.
That's
it's crazy.
So basically, because I remember the narrative. I remember the narrative on Jalen Hurts, man, and it's crazy because this is even going back to before the draft. This is before he was even a pro. This was going back to when he was in college, and he quote unquote lost his job to Tua, right? And in order to lose your job, you have to play bad, right? And that national championship game, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't playing bad. It just Nick Saban wanted to go with a different personnel because at the end of the day, he knew that throwing the ball at that point in time in the game was essentially going to win him the game, other than just focus on the run game because they had legit all NFL receivers at that time.
Yeah. But not to mention there was some injury discussions in that same conversation as well.
Oh, okay. I'm not trying to do the big head media's job and report everything. But I guess that's what we're here to do. So then he goes to Oklahoma. He has a successful season there. Then the Eagles draft him. This is the cool part about it, right? This is the cool part about it. They take, who was it? Jalen Reagor, I believe it was.
Jalen Reagor. Yep.
They took Jalen Reagor.
Other than
they literally were one pick. They were one pick away from having the most elite wide receiver core in NFL history. Because had they somehow acquired Jay Jettas and then acquired AJ Brown with Devontae Smith, that would have been the most elite receiving room in the history of the NFL.
Well, ain't that some shit, dog?
But let's not act like the Eagles don't draft well, because we know this. They do draft very well.
Absolutely.
They miss a lot of draft picks. And we do know like this. The Georgia Eagles sometimes.
I think the difference is
absolutely
they don't, because I think a lot of teams draft well. The Eagles develop what they draft.
Also very true.
We've seen teams draft the right players in the right positions at the right time, but then they don't develop into what you projected them to be. The Eagles have hit on both of those. They've gotten lucky with the fact that they got what's his name, Jalen Carter this last year.
Yeah, yep. Jalen Carter. Yeah,
like the fact that he fell to the Eagles when he did is insane. That's crazy. You had a top 3 overall pick fall to you when you just got the dude he played with in college the year before.
We did this thing. We let off the field issues that ended up really not being that big of a deal affect this man's draft stock. That man should have easily have been a top 3 pick in that draft, and he fell to the Eagles at 11, 10 or 11, some shit like that. Which is insane. You telling me that 9 other teams was just gonna let that shit happen?
Yeah. Yep. And then didn't they turn around and draft Nolan Smith?
They did. They did.
Sure did.
And then they traded. Then they traded for for Swift. You let Miles Sanders walk. You still had Kenneth Gainwell. You brought in Swift. You let Ertz go because you had another tight end. And so it goes back to what Mel said, the development part of it. But I want to touch on something you said at the beginning of your soliloquy there, Mel, because everything you said about Jalen Hurts, right, and all the hatred that went towards him, all the criticism, does that exact story of being down at half and coming back and all this stuff, does that not sound like a very familiar story we just recently had in the NFL?
Would you please like to inform the
so there was this quarterback, right? He plays for this team that has won a couple of Super Bowls in the last 5 years. He goes by the name of Patrick Mahomes. We had this same nobody, not a single person on planet Earth in the media said these negative things that they're saying about Jalen Hurts, about Patrick Mahomes, when his teams were down to the Texans 24 to 10 at half, or when they're down by double digits multiple times. Oh, he's so great. He comes back from down 21. Okay, so we equate Patrick Mahomes being down at half to his greatness, but we equate it to Jalen Hurts as incompetence.
Question, GQ. GQ, real quick. Weren't the Chiefs down by 10 in the Super Bowl to the Niners?
Yeah,
at half, and even into the third quarter.
They were a Jimmy G completion to Deebo Samuel away from losing that same Super Bowl. Had Jimmy G not fumbled the bag, and missed a wide open pass, which looked kind of like this other quarterback we'll talk about in a minute named Josh Allen. But something about missing wide open receivers. But to even go back to the second thing, like everything the Mel said, I'm about to line this shit out perfectly. So he said this, and this is my favorite thing he said, is when he started talking about, oh, the Eagles been playing all these close games and they've been winning this, that, and the third. In the last 6 years, fellas, have not all of our Super Bowls gone like that?
Yeah, I could have swore.
Except for the Tampa Kansas City one. But the rest of them were pretty nip and tuck. It took a couple of key plays here and there, a couple of turnovers, a key execution here and there. Because look at the last Super Bowl, which did in fact have the Eagles in it. They were a Jalen Hurts incidental fumble away from winning that Super Bowl.
100%.
Because they didn't
lose
that game.
You mean to tell me they wasn't blowouts?
They didn't lose that game because the Chiefs were better. They lost that game because they turned the ball up. They gave up a defensive touchdown at the worst possible time in the game, which we talk about in every single football game. It is that game-breaking moment of the game, and it just so happened to be an unforced error by the quarterback himself. And they still only lost by, I believe it was 3-6, some shit like that. They barely lost in the Super Bowl.
It was less than a touchdown.
But it goes to show you that had the defense of the Chiefs not scored that touchdown, would the Chiefs have won that Super Bowl?
No,
because I don't think so. I don't think so, because even on that last drive, the Eagles was pushing the fuck out that ball down the field. They were taking advantage of a rookie defense, mind you. That defense is very good this year, but last year they were not. They were still wet behind the ears, and that Eagles offense was running it and moving it and moving it and moving it, and they was finna score, and they was finna win that game.
Yeah.
So again, with big head media, y'all got to make some shit make sense, man.
They can't, and it's like I say this every week when we have these conversations, and I tell you, my guys line it up. Like, we don't talk about this before. We send the doc out, but how the transition happens, it just happens. Why? Because we're seamless. This is how we work. So let's get to what you just said about Mr. Patrick Mahomes, because I'm gonna tie this into two other guys that big head media seem to ridicule them for their gameplay or not give them credit for their gameplay. In Brock Purdy and Lamar Jackson, where now they're saying, oh, well, they're only winning because of their defense. Their defenses are holding them up. I listen to Shady and these other dudes on Speak say, oh, no. The Baltimore defense gets all the credit because that's a top 3 defense. They're only allowing 15 points a game or yada, 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 which is what a defense is supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do. Stop the other team from scoring. That's what they're supposed to do. Brock Purdy still, oh, well, he's all the weapons they got on offense and that defense, and we could put anybody back there. No, they had anybody back there. Remember Jimmy Garoppolo?
I was going to say, because
didn't they trade Trey
Lance?
Lance?
They tried. That's the reason why they remember everybody. They brought in Sam Darnold, and we all know what. Come on, you can't just put anybody back there, because if that was the case, then they would have started Sam Darnold this year. They would have been like, Sam.
We also had a Nick Mullins back there at one point.
Yeah, Nick Mullins, CJ Beathard.
Like what we need to stop doing is when somebody has the thing that y'all been complaining about. Oh, well, so and so don't got the right weapons. Okay, Brock Purdy got the weapons. He's using the weapons, but then you want them to take the weapons away. Why? Why is that? So you want him to play with? He's got to prove that he can win a game without all of his weapons around. Then that's not the team that the 49ers built.
What is the point of that, though? I don't understand what the point of wanting people to proverbially carry their fucking team. Like, that does not make any goddamn sense to me.
No, it's a model that let's just go back and look. Let's go back to the 90s and look at those quarterbacks. Like, you telling me, all right, cool, I'm gonna take Jerry Rice away from Joe Montana and Steve Young and see what they do. Like,
come on,
why would I do that?
And even with that being said, think about this. Joe Montana still had John Taylor. He still had Brent Jones. He still had Tom Rathman. He still had Roger Craig. And then when those guys were gone, you had T.O., Ricky Waters. Like, the teams were built. They were stacked. Like, no quarterback. There has not been even Tom Brady. As much as people want to believe Tom Brady did more with less than other quarterbacks, but he still had weapons all around him. You may not have liked the weapons, but he still had weapons.
Oh, I personally like the weapons because you couldn't game plan for us because you didn't know who the fuck who was gonna shine that week.
Right,
so like you really you didn't really start keying on quote unquote Tom Brady's weapons until we got Randy Moss and Rob Gronkowski and then we had Aaron Hernandez, and then we started figuring out, hey, this Julian Edelman guy can play a little bit. We might want to keep an eye on him because for some reason, beyond me, we bring in a guy like Danny Amendola. People just forget what he did in Miami for some reason, or we bring in we had him. He came in from Buffalo. The other little white boy against the Texans in whatnot in the first fucking round. Literally got behind the safeties twice over and scored. Like we're like, how the fuck this guy get wide open? Like what the fuck?
Before all of that, there was a guy named Deion Branch.
Branch.
Yeah, remember my boy DB, man.
Deion Branch, Troy Brown.
Like he had them. Like every quarterback. It's hard for me to listen to big head media because these are the same guys that'll tell you, oh, Aaron Rodgers didn't have no weapons when he was in Green Bay, but yet he took all of the weapons from Green Bay and brought them to the Jets.
Quite literally.
First of all, Rodgers has always had weapons to throw the ball to. Like this man had Jordy Nelson. This man had a young Randall Cobb. Like this man. No, he had a younger Mercedes Lewis at one point in time. Like he's had Eddie Lacy. Like dudes had running backs. Dude, like come on now. We're not gonna. And even if you take the receiving core that he had the last year, which is all these rookies that are now but sophomores and third year players, that's actually a really good young receiving core.
Look what they're doing with Jordan Love.
Look at what Jordan Love is starting to do.
Yeah.
If Rodgers would have stayed pat, I think that receiving core would have still been very good. Not to mention he also had this guy, this guy named Devontae Adams. Not a lot of quarterbacks have had a upper echelon elite number one receiver, not like that. But they've still been successful.
And it's because they flip-flop. They want you to do it by yourself, but when you can't do it by yourself, they want you to have weapons. But then when you have weapons, they want you to do it by yourself. Stick to the game plan.
But isn't football a team game?
It is the most team game that you can possibly play.
So
literally,
if I am a top 3 quarterback in the NFL and I have incompetent wide receivers, I'm supposed to still win games. Like I can't control when another grown man drops a wide open ass football. Like I can't control that. That has nothing to do. If the ball is put where it's supposed to be and your ass, does all this shit, that has nothing to do with the quarterback.
No,
players still got to show up and play ball.
100%.
If it's just expected quarterbacks to just carry the fucking team all goddamn day, then why do we have drafts?
Why do we have drafts? Why are we talking about who should draft Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yeah. Literally, like, why are we having drafts for? Why do we go out and get the best defensive players? Why do people sit up there and scout these D linemen? Why did Jalen Carter? Why was he projected to be one of the top? If it's just a quarterback league and they just expect quarterbacks to carry every fucking body, then what the fuck is the point of going out and getting a fucking defense and going out to get receivers? You might as well just have quarterbacks just stand side to side and just fucking throw far, see who can throw the furthest. At this point,
because we care a lot about quarterbacks and having amazing, he can throw the ball 80 yards down the field. Yeah, to who?
Right. We're gonna talk about that too because I've been.
I already knew you were going that way. I'm just here for you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're gonna get there because the big head media has gotten to the point where they're arguing against themselves and they don't even know it.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. But I know we're on this, we'll call it this firewall thing going on in big head media. I do want to take a second though, because there's something that we did that the more I had thought about it after this episode, the more I was like, we also were arguing with ourselves on this one instant, because just unlike big head media, we can admit when we're wrong, or at least I will, because we had this entire episode about 2 quarterbacks named Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. We were having this discussion, and it didn't even dawn on me until last week. Actually, we were arguing a starting quarterback versus a backup quarterback, and this is why I say that, because we were judging, well, myself and Mulich specifically, we were judging Zach Wilson on the pedestal that he was still a starter when he was actually the backup, because he took over, when Aaron Rodgers went down.
But no, I said that. But
I know you said it. I'm doing what big media won't do, and I am apologizing for what we were doing because we were unjustly critiquing a backup quarterback as if he was a starter. And that was not right. Now, on the flip side of that, I'm still standing 10 toes down on what I said about Justin Fields. And the more I've continued to watch what Justin Fields has been doing, now that he's come back from this thumb injury thing, which is an unfortunate thing, he is starting to show more and more signs that he can be a franchise quarterback.
Oh, see, he was next on
my list. 100% like, and your favorite people, Mel, because you talk about him all the time on Speak, was talking about this. Some other shows talked about it too, about, they should draft Caleb Williams and they should go like, first of all.
I was going there. Yep.
Yeah, and if I have potentially 2 top 5 picks, I have a quarterback who's ascending. I already have a wide receiver one, a veteran wide receiver one, who's a proven 1,000-yard receiver. I have a good young tight end. I've got 2 young good running backs. If I go and draft Marvin Harrison Jr., which makes a lot of sense, and then I take that other pick and I draft the top left tackle or center or whatever main part of my offensive line.
You mean the thing that would make the most fucking sense?
Yeah, if I go do that and do exactly what we've been talking about, develop our quarterback. Why would I bring in a brand new quarterback to a dumpster fire? Like,
why would you?
You would fix a dumpster fire.
You would be repeating the same fucking process.
Oh, you mean the definition of insanity, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Now y'all see why I've been over here laughing.
Like, so you're gonna bring Caleb Williams into the same bullshit that Justin Fields is currently dealing with? That makes sense.
because he's like Patrick Mahomes. He plays like Patrick Mahomes. He runs around for 5 seconds and then throws the ball down the field.
He has first round talent on his offense. And how did USC do this year?
That's what everybody said. That's what everybody's saying. All the stupid ass big name media, big head media. Oh, well, he plays just like Patrick Mahomes. He's just like Patrick Mahomes. And you see how he runs up to the line of scrimmage and then waits at the last minute and then throws to he's just like bro. Understand something. There's only one Patrick Mahomes, just like there was one Tom Brady, just like there was one Aaron Rodgers, just like there's one Peyton Manning. Okay,
but at the same
Caleb
time,
Williams is Caleb Williams. Yes. All right.
But we gotta stop. We also gotta stop being kind of disrespectful. Like, we gotta stop acting like Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback doing these things. Like, there was this quarterback back in Detroit. His name was Matthew Stafford, who was doing this shit without getting the credit for doing these same types of throws.
Ain't that crazy?
And there's this other quarterback. His name is AR12. No, Aaron Rodgers, who's doing some of these same throws. Granted, it's Aaron Rodgers, so justifiably so. But we act like Patrick Mahomes is like a unicorn, like he's the only quarterback that's done. Now, granted, some of that crazy ass behind the back shit. That's some white chocolate type of shit on a football field.
We've seen it. I mean, the thing is, like you said, it's like you said, we've seen it, but they want us to believe that it's never. See, the problem was, when Matthew Stafford was doing it, he was playing for the Lions, throwing to nobody other than Megatron. Like, that's the problem. Like, we can pull up a whole bunch of videos of Matthew Stafford looking to his left, throwing across his body to the right, completely messing up a defense. There's a video of they show from behind Matthew Stafford's back, him just throwing down the middle of the field. There is nothing there. Nothing. He's looking to his left. I forgot how he's looking to his left. He threw the ball down the middle of the field. And then you wait as the ball is running. Cooper Kupp then comes flying across the middle of the field. Like, he's supremely talented.
And his sidearm throw is very much just not talked about anymore.
Absolutely not.
Because he's not on the list of their favorite guys.
Yeah, but he is the guy who has won a Super Bowl. In the last 5 years, for that matter.
But also what they'll do is, if they're not saying, well, it's the weapons around him that make him, then it's the coach. Because all of a sudden and I told y'all, I love Sean McVay. But Sean McVay is still only as good as the dude that he's got pulling the trigger for him.
But it's the truth though. There's the such thing as a phenomenal pairing. Just like when people have the discussion, they always talk about, the Brady versus Belichick thing. Coach Belichick is a defensive coach. He was paired up with an offensive savant in Patrick Brady. And there was nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's a such thing as two good pairings. There's nothing wrong with a pairing, a match made in heaven, however you want to call it, whatever the case might be. sometimes you need somebody to do one thing because you do the other thing really well. And you know what? He took a lot of pressure off of Coach Belichick because he could focus on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we found out. We have officially found out that the Patriot way was the Tom Brady way, because wasn't Charlie Weiss the offensive coordinator in the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
He sure was. And then Romeo Cornell was the original defensive coordinator, and then Josh McDaniels came in, and then Bill O'Brien was the quarterback's coach. I can keep on going.
And
I can tell you that the whole staff, they've been around for a while.
And Tom Brady has won Super Bowls with how many different offensive coordinators?
3.
Who was the one consistent thing throughout all of that?
Tom Brady.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying.
Like, the difference in like a quarterback like Tom Brady, like these younger quarterbacks, like a guy like CJ Stroud, unfortunately, is about to Bryce Young is already about to go through his second head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't even finished his first season yet. A guy like Justin Fields has been through multiple coordinators in multiple years, so he has no stability. These younger quarterbacks are not built like our OG quarterbacks are built. They came into the league kind of with that skill set. It just needed some slight refining. Whereas this newer, and it's not a slight on these quarterbacks, it's just the way the game has shifted. Absolutely. These newer, younger quarterbacks, they need that continuity because it just makes sense. They don't need constant change, at least in their first 4 seasons, if I'm being honest. Wait till you become that seasoned vet, and then you want to start firing coaches and coordinators leaving and all that shit. Like, don't get me wrong, everything that Jalen Hurts is doing is phenomenal. My guy, you lost 2 coordinators. Like, you lost 2 coordinators, and y'all look like y'all ain't missed a fucking beat. But you do still have your head coach, Nick Sirianni, which is good, which is also a kudos to your head coach because you lost 2 coordinators and you bounced back and you are currently playing better.
And he's been talking his shit too.
I'm going to get to Alex Smith.
Look, that's the nicest thing we're going to say about Alex Smith this whole episode is what you just said. And that might
I was going to say, what you just said is probably gonna be the most respectful thing we're gonna say about Alex Smith.
I don't really know if Justin Fields gonna be the better. He might be better than Alex Smith when it's all said and done. But
the thing about it is, is going back to the Justin Fields, Zach Wilson thing, and it's based everything is based off of what they originally think about you, and Zach Wilson wasn't I keep going back to this. He wasn't supposed to play this year. He wasn't. No. They didn't prepare him to play this year. They didn't build the team around him to be the quarterback for this season. Nothing. There was no. So you can't judge him based on what you thought Aaron Rodgers was going to do.
No.
That's crazy. And with Justin Fields, you're putting a guy on an offense where the in the beginning of the season, his skill positions were ranked at the bottom of the league. No, but there was not one wide receiver or running back on that offense or tight end that would even be a second or third option anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you expect? What did you want him to be?
Thank you. What are you expecting from this from your young franchise quarterback who comes into a team wide-eyed, right, ready to learn, but you sitting there telling him, there's not really much we're gonna teach you, but we need you to go out here and win these games for us. It's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? How am I gonna do that? You niggas ain't even tell me what the fuck to do yet. Like, I'm not even acclimated to how the league is going and this coverage and that coverage. It's like reading a defense in college is definitely is different to reading a defense in the league, right? So you have people that really don't even care about the development of a young player. You got people that are literally just playing coaching for their job, right? Well, I got this young guy. I'm gonna bring this young guy in. He was a top draft pick, and I'm gonna tell him hopefully he wins a lot of games so he can save my job. Right at the end of the day, forget developing him, forget helping him succeed. So that's gonna help the team succeed. So at the end of the day, it'll help me succeed. No, I want you to come in, win me a whole bunch of games to essentially save my job, because I know if we're ass, I'm gonna be out on my ass pretty soon, right? So at the end of the day, I always say, like, this is y'all fault. Like, y'all reap what you sow. You want these kids to come in and save your franchise instead of you doing the work to save your own franchise. And when they don't save your franchise and you ultimately get fired because of it, instead of taking the proper steps to save your own franchise, and now all the big head media is ridiculing this kid because he couldn't save your franchise that you didn't even take the proper steps to save, is absolutely fucking insane.
It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. And then, you know, we don't look at the way that you're supposed to build up a franchise, the way that things are supposed to look, And we'll take the Texans as case study.
Yep.
I said what the Texans should have done was draft a guy, bring in a guy like Gardner Minshew so that CJ Stroud could sit back, watch Gardner Minshew, because they brought in a Robert Woods, established veteran wide receiver. They also brought in young receivers that fit the type of things that they wanted to do. You had an established rookie, second-year running back, and they brought in somebody else. I forgot who the person they have brought in.
I think they brought in a few key defensive players too.
Right, and they brought in a lot of veteran guys for the defense. Now, everybody will look at it now and be like, "Oh, well, you see how CJ Stroud is playing." But listen to what I'm saying. Look at what Gardner Minshew is doing for the Colts.
If the season ended today, the Colts would be in the playoffs and the Bills would miss the playoffs.
And that's what having a veteran now CJ Stroud, like we've all said, he has played above water this year. I did not see this happening.
Oh, definitely not. I didn't see this amount of
and that's a credit to that coaching staff, to him, to everything that's been around him. But if you look at what DeMeco has done, bringing in veterans, the rookies developing into, because Tank Dell is balling.
Tank Dell and Noah Brown, they got a nice receiver core over there.
Like these guys are developing into solid NFL wide receivers. Now, tell me why that hasn't happened in other places. Because that didn't happen in Chicago.
Boom, so didn't.
It didn't happen in in Charlotte.
So didn't.
Like, what is the difference? Who is it? Like, and we can blaze around. We can say DeMeco is just that guy.
Come on. That's really what it boils down to. It comes down to coaches that at the end of the day, they know they're not like, and this is the reason why I said what I said earlier. You have coaches that are coaching for their job, and you have coaching that are coaching because they love the game of football and they understand that things take time to develop, right?
And this goes back to the thing that we had said a while ago. And like I said, if you watch our show, you understand that we talk with a lot of common sense. This is not just we sit in front and do barbershop talk, and this is not what this is. And there's no offense to those shows that do that. We just want to come from another angle with it.
Different perspective.
That's all.
When you're looking for a head coach, look for someone who is a leader of men. Look for a guy like, this is no disrespect to Frank Wright, but it failed already with you. You've been there, done that. Like, this wasn't, I'm not going to say we didn't see it coming, but we saw it coming.
I mean, yeah, it took its course, like, and then
quickly at that. And from everything I read, this is already kind of happening way before 1 and 10.
Yeah.
Like we stop with the retreads in the NFL need to stop.
Absolutely.
The retreads need to stop. Get the guys that have never been head coaches. Let them go, because look at what Steve Bisciotti, when he took over the Raiders, look what he did. Look what Antonio Pierce is doing. Look at what DeMeco is doing. A lot of these guys who've never been head coaches, they have the pulse of the locker rooms that they're in. Why? Because for the most part, they've been there. They got a feel for the locker room. They got a feel for the guys. The guys have a certain reverence about those guys. They're willing to run through walls and fight.
Not to mention, these are the guys like a lot of these people don't understand. The side coaches, the assistant coaches, those are the guys that the players are connecting with the most. right?
Yeah, position coaches.
The position coach, like it's not the head coach. Like I get it, right? A lot of people think that the head coach is the end all be all, but y'all really got to understand the intricate relationships that people have with their position coaches, with assistant coaches. Those go a long way. So when you see that guys that you wouldn't even think of get a head coaching position or get a coaching position or get a job in the front office, it's because they connected with the guys in that locker room or the guys in that front office to the point where they're like, yo, no, we need him. Like,
look at Sean McVay.
That guy.
Look at Sean McVay. His first. Look at the dude with the Bengals. What's his name?
Oh, the head coach.
Yeah.
Shit. I have his face in my head, and I can't
think of his name. I can't think of his name.
It's going to escape me for a little bit.
Zach Taylor.
There we go. Zach.
Look at homie in Miami. What's his name?
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel.
This
is more successful than McDaniel.
Yeah. Like, look at all of these dudes who were never head coaches, and look at what they're doing with their respective teams. Like,
it's a different level of respect.
I don't know what to tell you other than the proof is right in front of your face.
It literally is. Like you see the coaches that people respect, and you see the guys that and it's not even just the coaching. It's like they respect these men outside of the profession, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Arizona's head coach.
Exactly. It's more than just that's
the former Eagles coordinator.
They respect these guys more than what they bring on the field. They respect their morals. They respect their family standards. They respect everything about them. So the reason why is when they're on the field, when they're in the locker room giving you that speech, and he's looking all these other men in their eyes, they can look into his eyes and be like, yeah, he's not lying to me. You feel me?
And there's another thing to it, I believe, is that some of these retread coaches, they bring baggage from their other places. These new coaches, they feel like, no, these are my guys right here. Mm-hmm. These are my guys. Like, so they connect to each one of those players on a like you said, Moo, on a totally different level. Like, that's look at Mike McDaniels on the sidelines with the Dolphins.
Man,
rocking them Ray-Bans, killing the game.
Come on now.
Look at Sean McVay when he's on the sideline with the Rams.
Sean McVay looked like he could get out there and put some pads on his damn self.
Like, and then you take a guy like Ron Rivera. Look at what he looks like on the sideline.
Like Papa need to sit his ass down somewhere.
Well, it's totally
different. In a rocking chair somewhere.
Like, he shows no emotion. Because Pete Carroll's older than him, but Pete Carroll be running up and down the damn sideline like a damn 20-year-old.
I swear.
That boy got the strongest jaw in the whole game.
He will jump and do a 360 with a whole 3 sticks of gum in his mouth.
Yeah.
Okay? Be chewing.
Like, boy got biceps on his damn jawline.
No, I'm talking about my man's jawline is stronger than the Hulk's punch, bro. You feel me?
I had a quote when I was coaching my kids, and I had put up a thing after we won the championship. And I said it, I gotta remember how I said it, but I was like, kids don't care about how did I say it? They don't care about but they need to know that you care about them. I'm gonna put the quote up on TikTok I'm gonna get the video and I'm gonna put it up there. Like, those players want to know that you care about them. This is a new group of players. These niggas, they're very sensitive, and you gotta. It's a love sandwich.
Their little feelings.
Yeah, it's a love sandwich with them.
Yeah, and you babysit millionaires,
right?
Basically.
So if they don't feel like, like my coach is I'm one of the guys, or it's what I got mad about what Richard Sherman said a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And it's because I'm an old school guy. I respect coaches. It doesn't matter the coach. If you're a coach, you're a coach to me. It's always coach. I'm never going to call you by your first name. It's always coach. But these players, they have to feel like they're on your level, like they're a part of you. So if he can call you Dave, Dan, Steve, Melvin, whatever. If they can do that, then they feel like, okay, he respects me. No, you have to respect the coach. Call him coach.
And you know who they don't do that?
Difference.
Coach Belichick.
I was gonna say you ain't calling Coach Bill. You ain't calling
Belichick. Nobody from that organization that plays ever call him. Yeah, Bill said.
No, Bill said. What?
Yeah, no, because on top, Bill has he's got an air about him. He's got, look, I got these rings, nigga. Like, if you ain't gonna respect me, you gonna respect these rings.
Right? Bill gets to looking at you like, what did Bill say? Huh?
Yeah, like what? And it's kind of crazy,
what
right?
Exactly did like, Bill say?
This actually just happened to me yesterday. Mel was talking about it. When you're a coach in general, you're always going to be, known as coach. And, I'm watching my daughter play in this high school basketball tournament, and I see some of my high school, my athletes who I had in middle school that are now, also freshmen as well. And it's like, so they're like, Coach Kim, Coach, they already know that, oh, snap, it's coach. And it's like, we're having this conversation and we're talking about the game because these kids know when they see me and they talk to me, I'm always transparent. I was like, I'll tell you anything you want to know about the game because that's my job. My job is to develop you in the game, whatever it is. Even because a lot of them I have for basketball, some of them I have for track too. But this is a basketball tournament, so we're talking about basketball. And so they know one thing I've always done with them is I've always taught my middle school athletes like you would your high school and college ones. I always show them how to break film down or how to break the game down. So when we watch the game, like I said, look, for the next 2 minutes, I said, stand right here, and I'm about to show you. Whatever y'all do in y'all playbook, y'all need to focus on these 3 things. I always find 3 things. And we're watching these teams run up and down the floor. And I'm like, you see this? Make sure when XYZ happens, just make sure you're doing this. Like we're breaking film and they understand because I never talk down to them. I always talk to them just like, hey, we all here to learn together. Because when I started coaching girls basketball, that was a different world. It was a different world from coaching boys. But I can't stand coaching boys basketball. They're even softer than tissue.
Weenies.
They just are. Like I ain't never seen.
It's just a fact, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This ain't no. This ain't
like,
no one.
Get stronger, shit. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like,
yeah, it's
like girls.
Literally.
Hey man, you want to talk about who gonna dive on the ground first? Shit, them girls will dive on the ground and they say, "Fuck me, knees. We on the ground."
I'm trying to tell you, if you coaching girls and she catch an elbow, she gonna come back and be like, "Coach, she just elbowed me, elbow her back," and there's nothing else that needs to be said.
That you can but you're able to do that. It's like, what you gonna do about it?
You feel me? Like, so what's gonna happen?
You're able to challenge them in a way like you're able to challenge them here because they're like, this just happened. But it's like, so what you gonna do about it? Now, I'm not telling you go get no tech and nothing like that.
Yeah, you feel me?
But tactfully,
maybe when
y'all backing each other down, you might want to, you know what I'm saying, put in a little bit,
a little extra off in that joint.
Maybe that shoulder hit the solar plate, knock a little air,
a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like, even there's a lack of respect. Like even when I coach my nephews, they never called me Uncle Melvin one time on the football field. It was always coach. Not one time. The second we stepped on the field, it was coach.
And that's good. That means the dynamic was established.
And that was the crazy thing. I never said it to them. They automatically when we was on coach. When we got home, it was something totally different. There was like, Uncle, when we doing this, that, and the third, what am I looking at? When you see this, how can I fix this? How can I fix that? The second we got back on, as soon as we got back on that grass, coach, remember when you said da. And that's just a thing that I think is kind of missing. Not to say that the other way doesn't work. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is,
Michael B tells no lies.
And then we need to. There's just a level of respect that the coach and the players have to have.
Yeah,
that's
like it needs to that dynamic needs to be there. Like, and I know me and Moolage are a lot closer in age, so we've seen this in the work world where you start calling your manager. Well, no, just the generational thing, because how you just said it. But like in the work world, right? You see where people start calling their managers by their first name, and you're like,
I would never.
Like the way we grew up, though, was always like, sir, ma'am, or Mr., Mrs., whatever your name is. But we're in this world now where you go to work and it's like, oh, yeah, man, Tom said, Tom. Oh, you mean Mr. Landry? I'm like, the fuck? My brain never computed that. I was like, oh, we ain't on the same level. This manager over here making like damn near 6 figures, and I'm over here making my little $15 an hour. Like we ain't on the same level, my boy. Like this.
You don't do that. That's disrespectful.
So like, and it's like we're gonna get to a point in time where kids are gonna stop calling teachers by their last name and start calling by their first. Oh, hey Becky.
Look,
I wish them.
No, fuck that. There are kids that call their parents.
No,
by their
absolutely not.
Listen, for the first 10 years of my life, I didn't even know what my mama's first name was.
Look,
come on now.
I don't even look. If it wasn't for paperwork, I wouldn't know my mom.
I'm trying to
come on, dog. If it was,
if I'm saying anything about my mom's name, is because it's going on paperwork.
It was
or somebody's asking me what's your mother's name. Look, y'all just say mama. Fucking with me.
Come on, it was moms and pop, bro. That is what they were.
Like,
that is what their names were. Okay.
I only know my dad's name because I got junior on my shit, so I know my dad is senior. So.
Like it was mom and pops. That was it. I'm not. No, there's no what there's no. Okay, there's no Demetrius. Okay, there's no Amani. Hell no. Okay, mom, mama, where you at? Pop, come on, come over here. I'm not. No. Okay,
just like the way we grew up.
Actual name. Okay,
I knew my mom and my dad never called me by my first name unless I was in trouble.
Come on, that's the reason
I
why.
always get called by the middle name. And then when I'm in trouble, you get a combination of either your first name or your first and middle, or you get all three names.
And this is the reason why
like AA
nobody is allowed to call me by my government name, because every time I hear it, I think I'm in trouble. Okay, I'm gonna think I'm in trouble. You can't call me by my government name because I'm gonna think I'm in trouble, and my head gonna go down. I'm gonna get to walking slow, like, oh shit, what did I do? You feel me? Like
one step deeper than all of those. When did you find out your grandmother or your grandfather name?
When my mama told me.
That was because don't nobody call your grandmother by their first name, even their kids, because that's mom or grandma. You don't get.
I think at
grandma's
church.
First name.
I think at church, my grandma was being honored for something, and they said her name, and I got to look around like I was confused. Like, what the fuck is that? My grandma stood up. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, nigga, that's your name.
No, you pretty much a teenager by the time you realize that your grandmother or your grandfather got a real name.
Look, because I'm thinking, what? Who the fuck is this person? Barbara, what?
Who?
That's your name? Oh shit! Goddamn. Okay,
that's granny. No,
that makes a lot of sense. Look, hey, that's grandma. What are you talking about?
But at the same time, to kind of bring it back to what we've been talking about, I think it's only going to get harder for coaches because now you're going to be dealing with NIL players. Because you look at it, we've been talking about him. Look at a guy like Caleb Williams, who they said this on TV, and it blew my fucking mind. He was making more money in NIL than 90% of the coaching staff. He was like the third. He's like the third or fourth highest paid person on USC's campus.
Right.
And then that guy's going to go to the NFL and make another 15, 20, 25 mil. And you expect him to listen to a coach?
This is why I never liked the idea of athletes going straight from high school to pro.
I still don't like it.
And
the NBA was fine with it, but I didn't like it for it should have never happened.
I didn't like it for the kid. I didn't like it for the athlete.
Fair enough.
And because what can anyone tell an 18-year-old when they're making $15 to $20 million a year?
What you're banking on in those situations is that they have a good home training background.
And 95% don't.
Yeah, true. No, you're 100% right. But there's and what you deal with, unfortunately, which happens in a lot of these professional sports, is these athletes play for 5 to, let's say, 5 years. They quit and then they're broke. Because when they came into the league, they didn't have anybody to kind of show them the way. You know what I'm saying? Or they didn't have, a good home background, to where, you had some parents, or maybe, you had some dirty ass parents that was just taking all your shit.
Because they end up becoming the head of the household because they're the ones with all of the money. But they don't. They lack the education. We going
that's
crazy.
The problem.
We about to go crazy because this is when my brother told me, he said we go on tangents. We're not going on a tangent today.
Because that's the problem, man. That's the problem. Because a lot of motherfuckers be trying to sit up there and moms can quit her job and I'm the breadwinner of the house. Hell no. The fuck? This is my chicken. I signed this motherfucking check. I put in all the work for this shit. I get in car crashes every single goddamn day for this motherfucking money. Y'all don't. Okay? Right. Y'all don't get all that. Never mind. Let me not start because I can get.
No, this is gonna be like I said. This is gonna be a whole nother show.
I keep it very simple because I've always said this. If that would have been in my cards and I made it into professional sports, I said there were two things that was gonna happen for my mama. She was gonna get that house because I always said I was gonna buy her house, and she was always gonna get that decked out Jeep because I was always gonna do that no matter what. I knew that much was gonna happen. Like that was in my already written down. I had it written down on the pad. I knew I was gonna do that. But if you think I'm going to become the head of household for my entire family, you got me fucked up four sides from left. Like,
You see me looking around for who the fuck they thought they was.
To quote the great, Stone Cold Steve Austin, it ain't me.
What? Look, what? Listen,
I know for a fact. All right, listen, I was not the most financially responsible man in my early 20s. All right, I fucked up, had some credit card issues, and I was in college, and they got me and said, "Hey, take this student credit card and this and that." And yeah, I went through all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have a bunch of people giving me that financial advisor style of knowledge and education. Now that I'm at my ripe old age of 34, it's a different ballgame. I think about things a little differently. I think we 100% lost Mel. Like Mel so shook by the conversation, his face ain't moved.
Yo, I don't know what happened. My whole shit went goofy. I don't know what happened.
I was like, boy, Mel was so shook. He just said, "I'm a freeze."
Yeah,
Mel was doing the mannequin challenge over there one time.
I got the wheel of death going. It was going crazy. I was like, what is happening right now? But no, that was probably my computer was like, you said no tangent, so we gotta bring it back to big head media.
You said no tangent. Don't be going on no tangent, bro. Come on.
No, it's gonna be a bad day if we go that route. But we keeping it professional, keeping it a buck.
Keeping it professional for now.
Today is not a real talk, to quote gentleman's talk type of conversation. All right, today is a different.
We'll get there though. Trust me, it's coming.
So back to like the big head media stuff, because like I said, we've been on top of these things before they happen. We've been on it. So we talked about it in the beginning of the year on how they didn't give offensive linemen credit. We did another show dedicated to the big boys, telling everybody about how valuable offensive linemen is. You know who did a whole show about it? Speak. All of a sudden, Trent Williams needs to be an MVP talk.
Ain't that wild?
We already said that. We've been said that.
We could have sworn we talked about that 2 shows already.
But it's cool.
This is why I say, like, y'all. Okay.
Quick, I just got a question. Which one of you niggas out there watching us, bro? Which one of y'all niggas got y'all little PR shit? Because I looked at the analytics. We didn't gain 81 followers and 81 subscribers in the past like 3-4 days. So
we appreciate
which one of y'all got y'all PR people watching our stuff? It's cool. We not we not mad. I'm just saying, like, y'all can give us a little credit. You feel me? Y'all can invite us on the show. We can get some airtime, something. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's enough food out there for all of us to eat, man. I'm trying to get a plate. I'm trying to get a plate.
I just need a few wings and a side. You know what I'm saying?
I might wrap it up in foil and bring it home, but I'm just trying to
just take it to go. I don't even need to be out there and eat. You feel me? I'm gonna take that to go. You feel me?
And we've been doing this, and we're gonna continue to do it. We're gonna continue to we have all of the fresh information that comes out, and we have our dope, unique outlook and perspective on it. And it's showing. It's gonna blow up real soon. Like Moody keep trying to tell y'all, it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late.
We hit 500 like last month, and we already at 6. So like, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Look, the goal, we said it. The goal was to get to 11. We said 1,200 by February. We said 1,200.
Yeah,
we're gonna do that. I promise. Come on now. Let's get it. Let's get to some of it. Because on Gentleman's Talk, what's that segment y'all got? The Dumb Millionaire?
Dumbass Millionaire.
Dumbass Millionaire. That's my favorite.
Dumbass Millionaires.
Dumbass Millionaire. Okay, so we're going to do our little version of Dumbass Millionaire right now. I got a couple guys on the list we're going to start with Coach Prime. He's not the dumb millionaire. There's people talking about him and his children that are the dumb millionaire. Okay. So, the former offensive coordinator of the Colorado Buffaloes has come out and threw a little jab at Coach Prime and said that he's not a what did he say? He's not a real coach. He's a storyteller.
That is what he said.
And I'm sorry, but to this offensive coordinator, sir, the head coach has a lot of different roles and a different bunch of different responsibilities depending on the team in which he is coaching. And Coach Prime's role on this team, he's not supposed to be the X's and O's guys for the most part. He gives advice on things, what his outlook on what should happen. But what he is mostly is a motivator. And he motivates through story. Like, do we call Mike Tomlin a storyteller? No. Because he can motivate the fuck out you, can he? I mean, has anybody heard Mike Tomlin talk?
Yep.
Like, so every coach role is different. He hired you to run the offense, dummy. And you were fucking it up.
Yeah, it's funny. It's called offensive coordinator, or say it backwards, coordinator of the offense.
That's pretty much what it is, bro. That's what it is. And you weren't doing it.
Yeah, because who called plays for most of Colorado stuff? A lot of time it was the OC, because what is something that people don't seem to catch on about Coach Prime? He's always trying to put somebody on.
Yeah.
Like
everybody.
Always. Why do you think he brought most of his staff from Jackson State, minus the guy who took over to become the head coach? He brought him to Colorado.
Really?
Why do you think next year a guy like Warren Sapp's about to be on his coaching staff? But I want to keep it with Coach Prime. Some other stuff happened, right? So we watch enough college ball, so I don't have to break any of this down for you guys. You guys already know this. Have y'all noticed how much Colorado is under the microscope with every little thing that happens now?
Everything.
Oh, they lost. They had 5 players decommit to this, that, and the third. Do you know how many players decommit every single fucking year in college football?
I could have swore
a whole lot.
A top 5-star All-American D lineman just decommitted from Ohio State and just flipped to Miami, and nobody said shit about it.
No.
So,
and we have this thing, we call it the transfer portal. It's also a thing. It's coming soon, about to open up again. But we want to make sure that everybody knows that the top 2 quarterbacks that were committed to Colorado decided to, they were gonna, decommit. Cool story, bro. Happens all the time. Not a shocker.
And you would think that it would happen more today, because we do live in the NIL world. So if another school says, hey, if you come to our school, I got X amount of this, I may have a sponsorship for you for this, that can financially help you and your family. That's kind of a better deal for me. So I don't get it. Like,
I got a quick
question.
But
we just have to make sure we find ways to continue to bury. We want to try to bury Coach Prime as much as possible. Mm-hmm. No, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to do it.
It's not going to work.
Quick question for you.
I pre-ordered these motherfuckers back in September, and they just got here like a couple weeks ago. I was going to support Coach Prime no matter what. Coach Prime is one of my favorite athletes of all time. It's one of my favorite people of all time. Mm-hmm. And for him to take a program that was absolute, to use OG Mel's favorite word, they were absolute dog water last year. Mm-hmm. And they won, okay, cool. They won 4 games. Okay, that's more than they won the previous year, which means they showed growth. And not to mention, they opened up the season blowing the doors off of the team that played in the national championship the year prior.
They haven't beaten a top 5 team or a top 10 team, I think they said it was, in 20 years, 15 years.
Yeah, something like that. But I just beat the national champion runner-up in my first game as a head coach in D1.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
I beat them in a shootout, but I beat them though. This was the team that was in the Natty last year. And my little 2-win ass we beat them.
Yeah.
It's crazy because
but they had exactly what happened to Minnesota with the Minnesota Vikings last year. They lost a lot of really close games. It took USC to score 48 points to beat them 48-43.
Most of the teams that beat them had to outplay. They literally had their best. They had to pump themselves up every week to beat Colorado.
Because you knew what was going to happen. Because you was going to get run over by that Buffalo.
It's crazy that a lot of people are so critical of this first season, right? Because it is his first season. If people remember his first season at Jackson State during the COVID year, he went 4-3, right? Overall, right? Because they didn't play a lot of games.
Yeah, we had shortened season.
Yeah, shortened season. So can anybody tell me what happened literally that next year?
Did they not go to national? They
lost one game.
They lost. They lost 2 games. They went 11-1 basically until they went all the way to that level bowl game.
Their national
championship.
The SWAC championship.
The SWAC championship, and they lost in the SWAC championship by I think like 5 or 6 points. But the point is, his first season is always kind of that build season, kind of that fill it out season, kind of like, oh well, I'm kind of just playing with my guys and see what I got with and stuff like that. And then that next season, he explodes onto the scene, and now everything starts to. So
didn't he say?
Oh,
give me now.
I'm already knowing. Yeah, I'm already knowing.
But,
so like in the beginning of the season, when he said that he's only like 5 to 6, maybe 8 guys away. Okay.
But on the flip side, let's remember he did this in the Pac-12. He's about to move to the Big 12, where we are about to lose Oklahoma and Texas exit stage left. So you're gonna have Kansas, K-State, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, Baylor, TCU again. You're gonna beat the doors off of them again. And then let's throw Colorado up in this mix. Oh, and U of H is gonna be also in this mix. So
yep.
Who's to say they can't win the Big 12? What happens if next season they are the Big 12 champions? Just like how Texas is about to play for the Big 12 championship this weekend and possibly be in the college football playoff. What happens if Colorado comes back and blows the doors off of everybody? Maybe let's say loses one game but wins the Big 12 championship.
Well, next year there's 12
Texas and Oklahoma.
But that's what I'm saying. If you go, but that means the Big 12 champion that still holds a lot of weight.
Oh yeah.
So Big 12 champion that puts you at no less than 4, possibly 5 if you want to prioritize the top 6 as like your conference champions. I'm for this 12 team thing. I'm not opposed to that. But of course we're gonna put the SEC. The SEC is gonna be a big deal. I think the Big 10 is a big deal because the Big 10 champ usually is fairly successful, of course.
Absolutely.
ACC depends on the year. There's some years the ACC be balling the fuck out, and other years we're like, okay, whatever. And then of course you got the the Big 12, and then whatever else happens after that.
Basically, yeah.
What's up, boo-boo?
But it's like, to me, right? It's like, okay, well, a lot of people want to sit up here and say that this season wasn't a success and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta understand something. They won 1 game last year, right? Of course, we get it. They upgrade to 3 more wins after that, right? But they won 1 game last year, right? They have a crazy, abnormal amount of support from celebrities and all of the people in the community, right? Yeah. They have sold out every single damn game from the start of the season till the end of the season.
No, sir. They sold out the spring game, which didn't even count. Like y'all gotta for all the clowns. Their spring game was nationally televised on ESPN.
And for all the clowns on Facebook that want to sit up here and tell me that their season is not a success, go look at the school numbers. Go look at that money they just got.
Yeah, look at all the money that they've made.
All the money
not to mention
generated for that talent.
Last time I checked, ain't Coach Prime Sportsman of the Year for Sports Illustrated? Didn't that happen?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, right?
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get to the second part of my dumb millionaire.
I'm looking forward to that. Please light his ass up.
So Danny Cannell decided he wanted to enter the chat. Danny Cannell, the origin of all of this happened when Colorado beat Colorado State. And Colorado's fans, they stormed the field, yada, yada, yada. Danny and Deion Sanders Jr. posted a video of it. And Danny Cannell replied to the video by saying, why would you be happy about this? And why would your fans storm the field in a game where y'all were 24-point favorites and y'all won in double overtime? Danny and then Junior proceeded to call him something of I would recall as what we would call a garden tool.
Show whole ass up.
Okay. I didn't want.
This show ain't made for kids. It'll be all right.
Right. And but
for
then
anybody that was confused, I just wanted to let y'all know that's what he said.
Right. And then doubled down a couple days ago by telling Deion Sanders Jr. because I guess he made a thing saying that, next season we'll be back, yada, yada, yada. And Danny Kanell said, you need to stop writing checks that your little bros can't cash.
So I can't let you forget about the first part of that, because he said, congrats on 4 wins in year 1. And then he said some advice for year 2. And then after he said, what you said there, he said, I'm sure your daddy, he said, clean up your language. I'm sure your daddy doesn't approve. When you lose, say little. When you win, say less.
Right.
That's what he said. And he said, DK receipts.
Right. So, let me loosen up on Danny Kanell right now. If y'all know me, I don't like holding back. Even though I did try to hold back on what Danny Kanell said, I am not going to hold back on what this guy said. So, Danny Kanell, you were ass, okay? You were ass. You fucking suck. All right? You played for a Florida State team that was stacked 100%. You won you a natty. Cool. But you want to talk about your pro career, brother? No. Let me stay college. Let me stay on college. You said that his little bros can't back up. You didn't have one season, not one season. You played at Florida State where you threw for more yards than Shedeur in any season. You threw, I think his best season, he threw for 2,800 yards, some bullshit
don't
like
worry.
that.
You know I'm finna pull up the stats. You already know what I'm
Come on now.
Come on. We're not even finna play this game with him. Like
Shedeur has not thrown for less than 3,000 yards in any season that he has played.
Oh, listen. Oh, I'm gonna do you one better. All right. Shedeur finished the season with what? Roughly damn near 5,000 yards?
No, this year?
Yeah.
3,200.
Okay. 3,200. Danny Kanell for his career in college, 6,372. His best season was 2,957 in 1995.
And that's when they named him ACC Player of the Year or some bullshit.
And he threw for 32 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, had 145 passer rating, 63% completion percentage. When there was a point in time when Shedeur was about to damn near break the record for completion percentage his first year, damn near at 70%.
Right.
Him and Michael Penix Jr. were going back and forth on that completion thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know shit. I'm just, I just want to make sure everybody understand stats don't lie.
Yeah, no, this nigga was butt.
I'm gonna get to his pro career right now.
Yeah, no, he was butt in college. First of all, before you even get there, how you win a starting job as a backup, gang? How does that make sense? You didn't win nothing as a starter, bro. You won a backup job. That's what happened. Okay, you were a freshman that had to sit behind that guy in Charlie Ward. You wasn't playing. Okay, you weren't that guy. I'm sorry, you're not that guy, pal. Okay, you're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
And then the 2 years in which you did play, Shedeur has already had more yards than you total.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense, bro. Come on, stop talking. Like, stop a 62%, damn near 59% completion rating.
Oh no,
come on, good sir.
Do you know what his pro completion percentage is?
Go ahead.
51%.
Ain't that some shit?
50.
Talking a whole bunch.
Look,
for a nigga that was butt.
And let's get it going. Danny Kanell, you was the original Tim Tebow. What do I mean by that? Because you couldn't make it in football. What your goofy ass go do? Go try and play baseball.
Yep, sure did.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
So you were a failed athlete, and
in 3 years,
couldn't make it as an athlete.
In 3 years as the New York Giants quarterback, he started 20 of 30 games. He had a 51.9% completion percentage. He threw for 3,570 yards, had 23 touchdowns.
What's his career interception to touchdown ratio?
Oh, check this. Oh, this is why I had to read this stat line. Oh, I ain't even done yet. He threw for 23 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. 23 and 20. Everybody caught that, right? 23 and 20?
No, did.
That's damn near a negative TD interception ratio. Just want to make sure everybody understand that. His 2 years in Atlanta.
I got it right here too.
His 2 years in Atlanta, 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's a negative touchdown interception ratio. His 1 year in Denver, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's a damn near double negative touchdown interception ratio.
What was that completion percentage?
Oh, that for that which one?
Oh, just any of them.
51.5, 49.5, and 51.9.
So his entire career,
never above 52.
He never completed 53% of his passes at any point in his career. They said Cam Newton. They said Cam Newton was an inaccurate passer, and he was completing 59% of his passes.
Listen, OG Mel, what is the league average for completion percentage?
The league average?
The league average.
This year or just in general?
In general. There's a common number that's out there. The basic league average.
I would think it's like 60 or 61.
You're right. It is 61%. That is the league average. 61%. That's the NFL league average.
Mm-hmm.
My man, you was a below average quarterback.
Way below average.
You were what we call booty cheeks.
Ass water.
Like you was getting clapped by your terrible play.
Booty cheeks. Like, bro, you don't have the resume to talk about Shedeur at all in anything. He is a better college quarterback than you ever was.
He's a better athlete than you ever was.
So check this out. So last year, the league average was 64%. This is how we know we've moved into a passing league. Just 30 years ago, it was 58%. So even 30 years ago, you were booty cheeks, my boy.
You were still below average.
Big BBL booty cheeks.
If the league average is 64, okay, last time I checked, a number like 64 is not always good. In school, if you had a 64, you failed.
Right.
So for 32 quarterbacks, the average is completing 64% of the passes that you throw. And you were doing 51. You even were under 50. You need to exit the chat.
You might be the worst Giants quarterback of all time.
I just feel like niggas who was ass, you shouldn't be able to be sitting up here on TV talking about who's good or who's not, or we're trying to hold receipts. Bro, you were butt. Because if we pulled up your receipts, you probably don't want to be on TV no more. Don't let me go on YouTube and find the 1992 Florida State team where you were sitting on the fucking bench behind Charlie Ward, bro. Like, we can go back and find the college tape and see watch you throwing picks, gang. It's not a problem. Awesome. It's easy.
So check this shit out, because you know how we love looking at our stats, right? So not a single one of the three of us would have even had this man on our fantasy teams, and here's why. 1996, he was the number 54th ranked quarterback. 1997, he was number 29. 1998, he was 30. 1999, he was 50. 2000, he was 47. And 2003, he was 50. Bro, in a super flex where I start two quarterbacks, I still wouldn't have drafted your dumb ass.
No, not even a little bit. Like, and
I would rather have started a nobody on a bye week than started you.
I put a running back at quarterback before I put him at quarterback. Like, I think Derrick Henry is a more accomplished quarterback than fucking Danny Cannell, and he's a running back.
Hell, I think Odell Beckham Jr. might be a more accomplished quarterback. That motherfucker got an arm on him too.
Antoine Randall L is a more accomplished quarterback.
Randall
L is a bad motherfucker.
There you go. Thank you. Hines Ward
too. I give it to Hines Ward too.
Danny Amendola.
Danny Amendola.
Like
Julian Edelman. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah, Julian Edelman played college, played QB at this motherfucking spot right here, College of San Mateo and at K-State. Yeah, I'm taking him over your weak ass.
So to sit there and to say the things that you said is retarded to me, bro. So Danny Cannell, sit your ass down. Now,
my guy, you're a 50-year-old man talking to a 20-some-odd-year-old kid. Like, what's really going on?
Like,
and he's played better than you since high school, probably since Pop Warner. He's had better stats than you. He's been a better athlete than you. He's been faster, stronger, smarter, everything more than you. So why are you talking? How are you a college analyst when you weren't even good in college? That's what's surprising me.
Crazy. Everything that y'all said. Could y'all guess what round he was drafted in?
Danny Cannell?
Yeah.
I think for like third round.
He's a fourth round draft pick. Number 130 overall. So they do this whole thing, right? I love Pro Football Reference. It's a great website because it's for this reason, because we're just gonna keep dumping this gasoline on this fucking fire. So his weighted career average is horrible. It's 14. Like, it's fucking horrible. Like, everything about this is bad.
He's
Like,
trash. Like, come on, bro. Like, if you want it, like, you don't. Danny Kanell.
Horrible.
It's bad.
Like, my boy, why are you even in this conversation? Like,
why
your quarterback record was 10-13-1.
Come on, bro. Why are you talking?
He actually finished his career 31 touchdowns to 34 interceptions. So you finished negative, my boy.
Negative.
So STFU, please and thank you.
Please
exit
stage left. And do not come back because you're not allowed.
You remember them old school comedy shows when you was lame? They used to pull that little big ass stick out and just yank your ass off.
You feel me? And just yank your ass off?
Look,
yes.
If this was the Apollo, Sandman would be dancing his ass out to get you.
I'm trying to tell you, where the rodeo clowns at? Paint that man face and get that clown up out of here.
Now that we got Danny Kanell off the stage, Alex Smith, you are next.
Front and center, my boy.
I got something coming up for after Alex Smith too. Yeah, somebody's gonna get this.
We ain't gonna go after Alex Smith, the quarterback, and his footballing.
Not the quarterback.
This is a
Alex Smith.
This is a non on the football field issue.
Exactly. This is the Alex Smith, the analyst person. You feel me?
Yes, I am Alex Smith.
We coming for you.
I am a Alex Smith fan and supporter of that football player and the quarterback. No one defended Alex Smith more than I did.
He did play for your Commanders, and they had that unfortunate, gruesome injury. Yes.
Even when he was on the 49ers, I always said they should have.
I was going to say, even when he was on the Niners, I did.
Yep. When he was on the Chiefs, I said he is very underrated. Like, he is a very underrated quarterback. I would take Alex Smith healthy. In my opinion, I would take him to quarterback my team.
I still feel like Alex Smith would have won that Super Bowl for the Niners, but that's just
he definitely would have won that Super Bowl. But the analyst Alex Smith is a moron.
Oh yeah.
He said, because Tom Brady, and this is, like I said, this is where I tell y'all we are ahead of the curve, so far ahead of the curve that our show 2 weeks ago was labeled, you see it in thumbnail, superiority or mediocrity.
100%.
And then that following Tuesday, Tom Brady goes viral for calling the quarterback play in the NFL mediocre. Everything that we were talking about 4 days prior. That's why I said we're in front of this. Alex Smith and a couple other former players and analysts on that panel got a little upset, got their panties in a bunch. Said, why Randy Moss being one of them? Stupid. Why would he say this now? Well, didn't he win his championship, in this era? Yes, he did. A 44-year-old quarterback should not have outplayed 20-year-olds.
Thank you. He won his championship in this era against a younger quarterback who was supposed to be better after everybody had written him off and said that he fell off a fucking cliff.
Right.
And they was hard on that. And look, as a Patriots fan, I stood 10 toes down for my boy TB12, and I said, that man ain't fell off no damn cliff.
Oh, shit.
Surprise, fellas. Surprise.
Wait a minute. We keep. There you go.
There you go.
Surprise.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Y'all already know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Not only do you have the greatest co-host, aka DJ Micah B, we now have a collaboration going on between us.
Look at that.
We've been doing this hyper conversation of dumbass millionaires, DJ Micah B. So unfortunately, your boy Alex Smith is at the front of the room right now.
Are we talking about the video of him talking about Tom Brady he played in the weakest? Oh, well, I put that in the chat because I knew y'all were gonna roast his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, we just getting started. So you right on time.
Just getting started. Just getting started.
Yeah, and I would like to, before DJ Michael B gets to popping off, I just want to rattle off a couple things because the evidence of this is completely false. So in 2001. Do you have the Patriots record in 2001? It doesn't even matter because the Dolphins were 11-5, the Jets were 10-6. Okay, and the NFC East at that point in time, not only one team was over 500. Only one team.
Okay.
In 2002, I can't remember. I didn't write down the Patriots record, but both the Dolphins and the Jets were 9-7.
In 2002, actually, all three of them.
Well,
the Jets, the Patriots, and Dolphins were all 9-7, and the Bills were 8-8.
Right. In 2003, I think the Dolphins were 10-6. Because there was a year. What year?
The Dolphins were 10-6, Patriots were 14-2, Jets and Bills were 6-10 respectively.
It was 2004 that the Jets were 10-6, and in the NFC there was only 3 teams. All the teams that won the division that were over 500. Over 500, not winning records, but over 500. So Alex,
not to mention, look, don't forget about 06. 06, the Jets were 10-6, and the Patriots 12-4.
This is why Rex Ryan, when he said that, looked at him like he was stupid.
Thank you. I was just gonna say that. This is why Rex Ryan looked at that man like, I know you got me.
They had identical records. The Dolphins and Patriots were 11-5 respectively in 2008. Yeah. And the Jets were right behind them at 9-7.
Like, bro, just because, and they do this new media does this with every sport. They do it with basketball. The only reason why Michael Jordan won was because the East was bad. No, it wasn't. There was no competition. Yes, there was. He was just that fucking good. The Patriots were just that good. Do not take that away from them. Just because everybody else was getting their ass kicked doesn't mean that they weren't good teams. The Patriots were just better.
That's all. But nobody wants to give them their due for that.
And it's like Randy Moss had me. Randy Moss was the one that really pissed me off. I'm like, Randy, you was on like 2 of those teams. What the fuck are you talking? What are you talking about? First of all,
but like, let's remember, like, the Patriots were doing this through one of the craziest eras of the NFL. We were going through this transition of where the focus was running the ball, and we started to see these explosive offenses throwing the ball more. So the Patriots were known for their defense, and in their first Super Bowl, who did they play against? The greatest show on fucking turf.
Sure do.
How many points did they score in that Super Bowl?
I think the combined score, I don't even think it was 40.
They scored
2017, something like that. It was very low.
Yeah, it was a low score, but and that's the point. Like, now that we're in this era where we must throw the ball, quarterbacks throwing it 40, 50 times. Oh, this is much better. Like, no, like, honestly, football was more balanced between 2000 and 2010.
Yes.
Now it's so pass-centric. It's like, because the problem with the current NFL is that it is devalued running backs.
Which we talked about ad nauseum.
In between 2000 and 2010, ironically, my co-host said this. The teams that had a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense typically won the goddamn Super Bowl.
That's the way it should go.
In the 2000s, we had the Steelers, we had the Colts, we had the Patriots, we had a great fucking Tampa Bay team at one point in time. Like, but they all had the same things in common.
Yeah. When the Patriots won, when Peyton Manning finally won his Super Bowl, what was the difference?
That defense. The offense had always been there. The offense was always there. And Manning had to get over that, that James Harden syndrome, as we like to call it.
No, it wasn't James Harden syndrome. He had to beat fucking
Tom Brady.
It was Tom fucking Brady.
I'm just talking about the regular season dominance and postseason, not so much. He wasn't always running into Tom Brady. But
the 1 year that the Chargers got him, the 1 year the Chargers got him.
That's true.
Outside of that, it was.
I ain't gonna never let him live that down. I don't care.
I'm not gonna let him live that down. I think the year the Chargers got him, the Giants won the Super Bowl. I do believe that's the same year.
Yeah, because look, man, you don't discredit someone's greatness because you can't fathom that a team can be that good for that long.
But you know why they're doing that, right? They're trying to lay the foundation for when they try to anoint Patrick Mahomes.
And this
yeah, for sure.
You don't
that's
the thing.
We need to stop acting like I don't think Patrick Mahomes can do this for 20 years like that.
No,
absolutely fuck not.
No.
Because we've seen glimpses of what it looks like when Patrick Mahomes doesn't have Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's 34 years old.
Right.
How much longer do you think this fucking tight end gonna play?
Come on.
Like, you don't have time
to more years. I give
like,
it to
and then Noah Gray's okay. Like, Noah Gray's not a bad tight end, but he ain't Travis Kelce.
No.
Now, the good thing about Patrick Mahomes is he is going to be he's somebody who's talent's gonna want to come play with him. So it's not like they won't be able to to fill the roster back up, and he continues to take pay cuts to make sure it's going to happen. That's why his contract is set up the way it is. But I do not even think the Chiefs can sustain 20 years of dominance like that, like the Patriots did. No, this is something that is going to not happen until all of us are gray as fuck.
His biggest problem, and I said this about Patrick Mahomes, what makes him great is going to be his downfall in the end. Him playing off script is only good while he's athletic enough to do it.
Facts.
Or if you have athletes in order to do it.
The second his athleticism dips, he's fucked.
You speak of facts. Because remember last time I was on the show, I told you when he was on the shop, he said he didn't know how to read defense until his second or third year in the NFL, and that's when he started watching film.
You saw me. I put the Gruden camp thing in there inside the. Yep. What did Gruden say?
Same thing. Dumbass throws, stupid passes. Got to learn how to read. Take what the defense gives you. Like, quite literally. And that one play that John Gruden broke down, if you throw that check down, it's most likely a fucking touchdown, dork.
Yeah.
There was 20 fucking yards of space.
Reminds me of Johnny Manziel. Not even going to lie to you. That's how it went with him, too.
Yeah,
Johnny Manziel was a self-inflicted wound by himself.
Right.
Just imagine if Johnny actually focused on football. That would.
Yeah.
If Johnny would have focused on football, Johnny would have been an above-average NFL quarterback.
We'd be having a different conversation.
That's all. I'm not saying he won a Super Bowl, but he definitely would have been an above-average quarterback.
Oh no, definitely. We'd be having a whole different conversation.
A totally different conversation about him and where his career is. Totally.
Yeah, no, for sure. Completely different because
the talent was there. The only thing he lacked was the space that was in between his fucking ears.
That was a dot. Goodness gracious.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't lack it. He just refused to use it because he was so focused on partying and doing the cocaine and all the other shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, let Michael B go because you jumped up on the show, brother. So do your thing.
Well, all right. So we still talking about Alex Smith, right? So absolutely. I think everybody here made my points. I was going to say it's not like the Patriots didn't have a competitive division. They lost to their division opponents, especially the damn Dolphins, which used to blow my mind all the time.
You can never beat the Dolphins.
And then in the early 2010s, let's not act like Rex Ryan didn't have the Jets balling with Mark Sanchez. They beat the Patriots in the second round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. People are just like y'all said. The new media tries to push this narrative to devalue greatness, and I'm not gonna let you do it. Anybody, if it was that damn easy, the Colts with Peyton Manning would have won 13 straight AFC South titles, like the Patriots did with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. It's not easy.
No,
it's not that easy. The Steelers would have won 13 straight freaking titles under Mike Tomlin. And what was the coach before Mike Tomlin? I forgot his name.
Bill Cowher.
Bill Cowher, right. What Ben Roethlisberger did and Jerome Bettis and then Hines Ward, and they would have kept going and going. It's not easy. You cannot drop somebody's greatness based on you trying to pump up somebody else. Patrick Mahomes is not the new Tom Brady. He's not going to surpass Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowls might not ever be replicated again. People thought it was crazy when I forgot the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback now. When he won 4. When he won 4 in the 70s, Terry Bradshaw. When he won 4, people was like, yeah, that's never going to be duplicated. Like, it's ridiculous to think that, and I don't think the Chiefs have been a consistent enough franchise throughout all the years. Once Tony Gonzalez was gone, they weren't that good for a very long time. They were a little bit competitive. It's hard to win an Arrowhead, but I mean,
ask Alex Smith because wasn't he part of that?
Boy, they're cooking right now because boy, what?
Yeah,
because last time I checked, he had Travis Kelce in them for a little bit.
Yeah,
he did.
Wasn't Alex Smith a Dwayne Bowe drop away from going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
was. Oh,
yeah.
He also had this, he had this guy, we call him Jamal Charles, he had the joystick for a while,
had a good defense too as well, right?
I had a solid defense.
I like Alex Smith, the player. I do like Alex Smith, the player.
This is not an Alex Smith the player slander. This is only Alex Smith.
Oh, I know. So to clarify what I said earlier about Justin Fields being a new Alex Smith, y'all remember the beginning of Alex Smith's career when he went through like 7 coordinators in 7 years because the team was in a rebuild? That's what I meant by Justin Fields being, and he was a late bloomer when people were like, oh, he can actually play.
But a lot of those
that's going to happen with Justin Fields.
But a lot of those dudes, that's Baker Mayfield going through that. Like this, There's several quarterbacks that have been in the league for 4 or 5 years, had 8 to 9 different coaches. Like, nobody can succeed in that situation.
No, but it goes back to why, when we'll get to this part a little bit later in the show, it's proof why literally the Carolina Panthers is the worst coaching spot in the NFL.
Don't ever take that job.
Like, you can't, because there's no stability unless you just want to get a job, get fired in a year, and just sit on your ass and collect a check. Then it's a perfect job.
Basically, that's basically what people's.
I mean, if you want to pay me $30 million and then fire me after a year, I'm not gonna say no.
Call me right now, gang. What's up?
What's up?
I'll go out there.
I'm gonna
Marcus Spears said, "Look, I'll take that." He said, "They call me right now. I'm out."
Hey, he did. Marcus Spears said, "They call me right now."
I'm gonna take my $30 million. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go grab me about $2.5 million and say, "Hey, look, from the sidelines, I'm about to go buy us a whole studio. We about to go check it. Hey, I just got paid. I'm about to be the silent investor."
I got a question for y'all. Since the Panthers went to the Super Bowl with Cam Newton, how many coaches do you think they are still paying on their backlog now from hiring and then firing?
At least 4.
I think the only one that they're not paying is Ron Rivera.
Yep, I think that probably would be it.
So I did see some shit that fucked me up. So Dave Tepper been there, what, 5 years now?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
He's had a new coach every year since he's been there.
That's true.
To include interim coaches.
Yeah.
That's actually fucking insane.
So if I'm one of the hottest names in the NFL looking at head coaching positions, what the fuck would draw me to Carolina?
Nothing.
Because it's not the quarterback. It's not like I would take the problem coaching Bryce Young. That wouldn't be the problem. What I'd be concerned about is I might get fired by week 9.
Right, it's the front office.
If all of a sudden, we 2 games under 500 and I get the Lovie Smith treatment or some shit and get fired with a winning record or some ridiculousness like that because we're not up with the upper echelon teams. Well, you know what the upper echelon teams have in common with each other? Continuity.
Stability. Continuity.
Carolina ain't had continuity and stability in a very long time.
Nope. And
even when Cam was there, they didn't have a lot of continuity and stability. Like, let's not pretend like there was a perfect organization when Cam was there because they weren't.
And the crazy thing about it is that's a dope ass fan base. That's a dope place.
It's a great fan base, but that organization has not had a lot of stability.
Nope.
They've had a lot of turnover. They had a ton of turnover.
You preaching to the choir here, bro. I'm a Texans fan. I know how it is to go through that.
That's why I applaud everything that is happening with Houston right now, because Houston deserves everything that's happening to him right now, because
they self-corrected.
Unfortunately, you guys had to start as a dumpster fire and then evaporate to just dog water. And then,
as
it finally happened. It finally happened,
And they self-corrected.
But think about it.
That's what good organizations do.
How many coaches did y'all go through since 2002? Because here's the shitty part that I never understood about Texans, the organization. You let a coach go and he won a Super Bowl. That's the craziest shit ever. You let Gary Kubiak go and he joins Peyton Manning and win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Wade Phillips leaves. He goes to the Rams. Or not the Rams. Where did he go? He went somewhere and won a Super Bowl.
What's up, Ty?
What's up, Ty?
What up with your team?
What up? Where did he leave? He left. When he left, where did he go to win the Super Bowl? He won shortly after he left Houston too.
Who was that?
Wade Phillips.
The Rams.
No, he was with the Rams, but he lost that Super Bowl. I thought he left. No, wasn't he with that Broncos staff too?
I think he was with the Broncos staff.
He was the D coordinator with that Broncos staff.
I think he was.
That's what it was. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how many coaches did y'all had Romeo Crennel at one point?
Right. How about this? How about this? We went through as many coaches as we did quarterbacks.
It took a former Texans player for the Texans to finally be what they are.
Hey, if D'Amico didn't play here and loved his fan base, I don't know what the Texans will be this year.
Because you had Andre Johnson on the staff. He was a receivers coach. You say it's like you had, and there's rumors circulating that JJ Watt might be joining the coaching staff. Just throwing that out there.
That would make sense.
But if a bunch of former Texans are the reason the Texans are successful, that's beautiful poetry.
Because they all played there and realized what the fuck ups was. Like we will never go through that shit again.
I mean, when you play somewhere and
bring in Arian Foster as running back coach while you at it.
Hey, when you play somewhere and you're part of something for a while and you see the intricacies of what it takes to be successful and see what steps motherfuckers ain't taking, yeah, it's about time for people to start going back. Like, hey, nope, I'm the captain now.
They had JJ Watt on the Pat McAfee show, and he was visiting Houston. This man still has a God level access pass. This man was at the team workout in the weight room, working out with the team.
Yeah.
Like, that means the players still respect this man. And it, just like Mel talked about before, when you talk about coaches, specific coaches, you have to respect the person who has the title. Somebody like JJ Watt, somebody like D'Amico Ryans, these guys command respect, not demand, command. Don't get it twisted.
That's a totally different thing.
When you command respect, it's based on people, how they see you.
Yep.
Demanding respect gonna get your ass fired.
Exactly.
Or beat.
Because even if you look at your OG coaches, right? When a guy like Bill Parcells walks in the room, everybody shuts the fuck up because they know what's gonna happen. I'm about to learn.
And you ain't calling Coach Parcells Bill.
If Bill Parcells
Bill, you fucked up.
He gonna beat your ass.
Like, same with Bill Belichick. It's something about the name and Bill and coaching. Lots of famous Bills in this world when it comes to coaching. Bill Cowher, Bill Self, Bill Walsh.
If you even utter that, they're gonna beat your ass. That's
I like how you threw your Jayhawks in there. You
see,
but I heard that shit.
You got to. I ain't gonna lie. You got to.
I mean, hey, I said legendary Bills, and
you got to, man. Come on now.
But it's just it's like I said, this conglomerate that we're building from the sideline, this massive medium sports machine that's about to go kaboom.
Boom,
the personalities you got here, the personalities on basket to basket, on players play versus team. I'm most fucked up, but you know what I'm doing. It's going to be crazy. Stop laughing. See, whenever I can make Moolage laugh, that's my goal is to make Moolage a meme.
Oh, it's already a meme. We got a whole. We done used him as a thumbnail a couple times.
Hey, it's all good. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. I'm trying to go viral in this joint.
But well, I was gonna get to because we was talking about Brady and just the greatness of these players and teams and stuff like that. Since we got a full panel right now, I want y'all to give me y'all definition. Divide a great player versus a great talent.
Huh. Okay.
Because we've had these conversations. Because I'll bring it up. And this is going to go to the basketball side of things. The question was asked: who is a better basketball player, Kevin Durant or LeBron James? Now listen to the question. And then answer the question. Who's a better basketball player? Kevin Durant or LeBron James?
I'm going with LeBron. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
LeBron is a great player.
Why would you say? But then, see, why would you say he's better?
I feel like LeBron has this goes back to to skill versus great as well. So that we talked about the other day, but LeBron, I feel like, has just accomplished more in his career, and I always tell people all the time. Great.
Pause it right there. This is where people get everything fucked up. Is that I asked who's a better basketball player, not what they did in their careers, because that goes into who had a greater career. And this is where, when we're having these conversations, because Aaron Rodgers is a more talented player than Tom Brady. His career was not better than Tom Brady. Michael Vick is a more talented quarterback than Tom Brady. He does not have a better career than Tom Brady. And when we have these conversations, everybody, I think they cross the two.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I understand the question. I mean, my answer would still be LeBron.
My answer would still be, I think LeBron kind of skews the line, though.
But how did
I'm taking the accomplishment side of this out of it. You asked who's the better basketball player. So for me, I still would say it's LeBron because because it's very close. Now, here's the crazy thing: it's very close when you talk about basketball player only. Fuck accomplishments. The X factor is LeBron's basketball IQ. is what makes him the better basketball player of the two. That's it. Because that's, to me, the game of basketball, the game of football, it is just as much mental as it is physical. And so if you want to talk about raw skills and all this stuff like that, cool. You could have them. There are a whole bunch of AND1 mixtape players out there that are extremely skilled at the skill of basketball, but the basketball IQ side, not so much.
But this
and
is
I think that plays into his point, though.
But that's the point that I am making.
Yeah, I think that plays into his point. Talent versus.
Also, because basketball IQ to me it's a skill. It is a skill. Not everybody has it.
It's the difference. It's okay. When we're because the guy who said it, he killed his own argument when he said hoopers will appreciate Kevin Durant more than a LeBron. And why is that? Because hoopers know hoop. Kevin Durant on a basketball court is one of the purest hoopers that we've ever seen. Now, when you now put it into context of who is the better talent and who had a better career, there is nothing LeBron James on a basketball court can do better or light years more dominant than a Kevin Durant. Everybody says before
defense, but shit, sure.
No. Listen, defensively, they're probably the same.
No, sir. I disagree there. LeBron in Miami specifically, and his LeBron in Miami.
LeBron had 4 years of his career where he was considered a great defensive player. That's when he was in Miami.
I would say
Kevin Durant
Kevin Durant had 3 when he was on Golden State. When he was on Golden State.
Yeah. But LeBron finished top 3. LeBron finished top 3 consistently in Defensive Player of the Year. And Marc Gasol got the damn defensive player.
He did it one time.
And Marc Gasol got the damn defensive player of the year, making the second team when it should have been LeBron. And we all know
top 3 once.
I'm a hater, so I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm going with Marc Gasol.
So get the hell out of here.
But what I'm saying,
I'm a Bron hater, bro. You know I'm a Bron hater. I do not care. I'm going to discredit that man any chance I get.
But the point of all of this is like when we're comparing positions of like quarterbacks and wide receivers. Odell Beckham, athletically, talent-wise, is a top 3-4 wide receiver in NFL history.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Calvin Johnson, athletically, top 3, top 4, if not the greatest wide receiver talent we've ever seen. But he did not have the career to back that up. So when I say Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver, and I say Calvin Johnson isn't a top 5 wide receiver, I'm removing the talent. I am saying, based off of their careers, there's no way Calvin Johnson can be in the top 5.
I mean,
I get that. So allow me to expand on what I said, because what I said, I'm going to tie it to football now. When we talk about the game of IQ, because IQ is a skill. It is how we talk about how we on this panel have destroyed Josh Allen, right? We say Josh Allen is the worst red zone quarterback in football.
Right.
And it's because he lacks the football IQ of what the fuck happens in the red zone. Mm-hmm. Whereas a guy like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, even Patrick Mahomes, in the red zone specifically, they know, okay, the windows are tighter. They open up for like milliseconds. Like that to me is a skill because not everybody can do it. This is why, and I say that when I said what I said about LeBron is because LeBron doesn't make a lot of mistakes with the ball in his hand as far as whether it's passing a ball to the right teammate or setting up an offense or dissecting a defense in next to no time and making the right adjustments. That is a skill. That is a skill, just like everything else with the sport. Because if you just go out there and hoop, you're out there hoping that you're gonna do whatever it is that you do.
The 5,000 turnovers will let you know that he fucks up with it.
I knew he was gonna bring it up.
My God. Yes, we understand that. Okay. Bro, I agree. I agree with what GQ said. You said what does LeBron do better? Okay. Let's go down the list. What you said the other day. Who's a better finisher? LeBron. I think LeBron has a better inside game outside of finishing too. So I give LeBron both those. Kevin Durant, better mid-range, better three-pointer.
And free throw. No, let's go ahead and throw free throw.
And I was getting there. Let me get started here. Let me get started. Better free throws by far, Kevin Durant. That's not even close, right? But I can also say, well, LeBron is a better passer of the ball. LeBron has a better IQ.
But when we talk, okay, the thing is when when you condense it down, you have to leave certain things out because when we're just talking about basketball and just hooping, like when you start adding passing in that require when you start adding passing that requires other people.
I just feel
so you think Kevin Durant is a better passer?
No, I said no. I didn't say that. You're adding other people.
No, but to play,
I can't quantify better passer because if that's the case, then John Stockton is the greatest passer we've ever seen. But no one considers him that.
I have no problem if you say John Stockton is that. I mean,
now I will say John Stockton is one of the best passers.
He is the best because the numbers would
But you just sat here and told me. You just sat here and told me when I said LeBron has accomplished more, and you was like, that doesn't mean he's a better.
But that's why I don't add passing because passing requires another person.
You should add passing though.
When you're saying basketball player, you just want to say based on scoring ability or
offensively and defensively. Those are two things that we can quantify. Yeah. Those are the only
both
two
of those require basketball IQ. Knowing where your body position is supposed to be, knowing, all right, if I got a guy that's left-handed, I need to force him right like that.
But I think that's what makes Bron the better overall player, but not the better hooper.
Because we don't.
Wait. You said better talent or versus better player, right?
Or better career.
I think, I think Bron skews the line because he's such a high talent. Where his talent actually matches his career. That skews the line. That's why whenever you went to football and you were saying what you were saying, it made more sense than comparing Kevin Durant and LeBron.
Kevin Durant is a more talented player than LeBron James.
I don't know, man. I think Kevin Durant is a more talented scorer than LeBron. I don't know about talent though.
I'll give you that. I'll give you the scoring side of it because I mean, hell, he's a walking offensive mismatch if he's hot. Like keyword is like when he's on. But he also has game there. But also at the same time, the last thing I want to see is LeBron James at 245 pounds driving down the lane at my fucking face. Like I don't want to see that either.
The same way you don't want to see a 7-foot dude that can shoot and handle the ball.
Well, I'm not going to see it because he's going to be elevating over my head because I'm only 5'9". So
either way, I'm going to be pissed, bro. I do not care. If I look down the lane and I see
we're going to save this for Monday because I'm saving this for Monday because I'm doing the basketball show on Monday.
I think talent-wise, you were right when you said nobody is like light years. They're not light years ahead of each other either way, talent-wise. I agree with that. So that's why I said I think Kevin Durant and LeBron was a bad comparison. But when you started saying Michael Vick was a better talent than Tom Brady, but Tom Brady accomplished one, yes, I agree. That's talent right there.
Well, versus you got to equate it to basically how they say Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest throwers of the football, right? Like one of the greatest throwers of the football we've ever seen. But then you compare that to Tom Brady. Or compare that to Peyton Manning, and he's like, oh, yeah, well, he definitely doesn't compare to those guys. But throwing the football-wise, he's definitely better at throwing the football than those other two.
As far as the total quarterback
package of being
Manning and Brady are ahead of him in that regard from their intelligence perspective. Because we know pre-snap, nobody's more dangerous than Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Like those are two of the most dangerous pre-snap quarterback we'll ever see.
And if you watch, I mean, my thing is like if you were sitting on a football field and you didn't know who these players were, and you just watched Tom Brady run, throw, Peyton run, throw, and then watched Aaron Rodgers run, throw, you're never taking Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. You won't. Like you're just based off looking at it.
Just based off the eye test without their careers playing out.
I mean, So based on the eye test, if somebody watches Kevin Durant and LeBron, I think it's going to be even whenever people vote on it. It would be a close to even.
No, because if you watch them, okay, I'm gonna take it back to basketball but Monday, I swear to God, we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do it on Monday.
Okay.
You can come get kicked on the show Monday.
This is from the sideline, man. Y'all better stop playing with us. This is what we.
If you watch Kevin Durant in a cone drill, dribble pull-ups, doing all the things that he need to do, and then you watch LeBron going through dribble pull-ups, LeBron is gonna miss more of those shots than Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant is a more fluid scorer.
Yeah, but we can't change the conversation. You said if we were watching them play football, I said
on a field, if you watch them run and throw, if you watch in a combine, if you watch Kevin Durant and LeBron in a combine setting,
now you're moving the goalpost.
No, I'm not. It's the exact same thing. I said on a field, if you watch Tom Brady run and throw, and Peyton run and throw, and watch Aaron Rodgers run and throw, you're not picking them based off of, one, they're both slower than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, when he's throwing the ball, the arm angles and stuff that he can do, he's going to pop off. He's going to pop as you're watching him, not in a football game, as in just watching them throw the ball. The same way, if you put those two guys on a basketball court, and you said, we're just going to run these drills. Drill-wise, KD is going to jump off the screen on you.
Let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you this one question, not to interrupt you. So, if you're evaluating, in your evaluating talent, you're not going to take into account the 5-on-5s that play in the combine, because in the 5-on-5s, LeBron is going to shine outside of the drills too.
Because
he's probably going to shine more than Kevin Durant in the 5-on-5 drill.
That's
part
true.
Of the combine, though.
That's true, but at that point in time, it's about more. It's about the player, right? It's about more who can do this for my team and who can do that for my team. So yeah, of course, I'm going to be looking at LeBron as the better overall player, but just based off drills, I'm going to see, oh yeah, this guy can score, this guy can do this stuff like that. He may be. I'm not saying it's going to be some abnormal slump off between KD and LeBron.
That's what I'm saying. If you're looking
at him just off the eye test, off drills, talent, you're probably going to go with KD. Now, when they get to the team's part,
I don't know,
they're
man.
probably going to start to go with LeBron. Like, okay, that guy can do this. That guy can do this.
I don't know, bro.
Better in space. He passes the ball better. He sees the court better. So it's like at that point in time, that's when you're going to start to differentiate. But when you're first looking at it.
I get what y'all are saying, but have you seen an NBA player just shoot around?
I'm about to say they don't miss a lot of shots when they doing drills and shit.
It is ridiculous. Have you seen when NBA players just shoot, bro? I had a guy come in.
Hey, I know y'all seen Birdman.
This dude like a superstar.
But like, if everything is equal, let's just say everything is equal, 100 across the board. But you have a dude who's 6'9", 260. And then you have another dude who's 7 feet, and they do the exact same thing. Who are you taking? You always take the bigger dude.
Hey man,
well, the bigger dude would be
LeBron.
No, because there are other guys. There are other guys his height and his size. There is nobody KD's height doing what KD does.
You said bigger, not taller. You said bigger.
In basketball, what's bigger? In basketball, what's bigger? The taller guy. What makes Wembanyama crazy is that he's
tall.
That
doesn't mean bigger though.
He's a tall nigga that can dribble. That's my line. I want everybody to do.
What made Porzingis? Why did everybody get so goofy about Porzingis? Because
another tall nigga that can dribble. Another tall nigga that can dribble.
Not you. You said bigger though. He's not Kevin Durant ain't bigger than LeBron.
So then, why isn't Zion Williamson? What happened to Zion? They're the same dude.
Zion keeps getting hurt.
Zion never hurt himself.
No,
Zion keeps getting hurt.
But my thing is, the taller the dude in basketball is about height.
Than we used to be.
Some aspects is about height. Other aspects is not.
But having a 7-foot dude on the perimeter is crazy.
Yeah, nobody's saying that doesn't help, but it's not the end all be all.
It's not the end all be all. Look at Bobo.
Right, and he's a mismatch when he's on the court. He is a mismatch.
But why is he? But what is he doing right now to this day?
It's about opportunities with him. We had this conversation already.
Well, now it's been confirmed that Bobo really don't care about basketball like that. Like
he did. Bobo didn't look good in the Bobo didn't look good in the combine anyway.
That's the real reason why. That's the real reason why he hasn't succeeded or hasn't got the opportunities in his career is because
Bobo don't even have the talent.
Not care about basketball.
But still, it still doesn't lose what basketball is the same way football is. If you're fast in football, you're getting drafted. Like it don't matter.
Al Davis rule.
If you are fast, Fuck that. I don't draft him. He run a 4.2. Get him.
Get
like,
it.
We can teach.
We
can teach him.
In foot, yeah, and like you can't teach height. That's always been the rule in basketball. And in football, you can't teach.
You can't coach speed.
Okay,
Yep,
okay, then, so
you can't coach
okay,
speed.
so if you think Kevin Durant is faster than LeBron, you can't coach speed.
It doesn't matter in basketball. Speed don't matter.
I feel like KD
yes,
run
it
hella
does.
awkward.
Yes,
I
it
feel like
does.
KD run
It
hella
does
awkward.
matter.
Not
One of the biggest things that John Wall could do. He was faster with the ball in his hand than when he was sprinting out, and that was very well noticed in the combine.
I feel like KD
you
run
value height in basketball. You don't value speed.
So you don't value no kind of athleticism, because LeBron outweighs Kevin Durant in athleticism in every way for sure.
You're changing the whole argument.
I'm not. But that's part of gifted being that's being gifted talently when you're that athletic like LeBron is. Because you're saying we're watching drills. If we're watching drills, you're going to take into account how fast he is with his size. Because the same way you're saying you don't see nobody LeBron, the same way you say you don't see nobody Kevin Durant type doing that.
His handle is not Kevin Durant's handle. It's not close.
I feel like
no, it's not close. No, their handle ain't close. But I'm just saying. You mean to tell me the way you just said if somebody's this fast, you mean to tell me LeBron walks in the gym, he's that big and he runs that fast. You mean to tell me nobody's gonna be like, oh shit? Because you're athletic.
You're gonna be like
you're
going to be like, oh shit. You're gonna be like, oh damn, all right, cool. But then when you see the 7-foot nigga shoot from all over the place, you're like, that's a little different.
I don't know, man, because we never seen people that's LeBron size run that fast and be able to get up and down the court the way he does and get to the basket the way he does.
So stop with that bullshit.
I mean, not in the
Larry Johnson existed. Anthony Mason existed.
Larry Johnson
Derek Coleman existed. We've seen
Derek Coleman damn sure wasn't as fast as LeBron. Stop that.
I ain't gonna lie. We might have to start. We might have to like coordinate an NBA like race or like relay or some shit like that.
Larry Johnson LeBron, but you stop that. You know,
I want to see these big ass niggas get on the track and race. I ain't even gonna lie to you, dog. GQ, I know you want to see that.
You know damn well Derek Coleman wasn't as fast as LeBron. Don't do that.
I'm trying to see LeBron and KD come out the block.
You have an argument there. You say Shaq, okay, because Shaq.
I don't want Shaq running at all. Shaq's so goofy footed.
I'm just saying,
I need
running drill out of college. Shaq
on the blocks right now.
Because if Shaq fall, he gonna make the tectonic plate shift.
We've
seen guys like Sean Kemp. We've seen guys that size moving like that. We did.
We ain't seen people as fast as LeBron. LeBron ran like he was 6'4", 6'3".
Give me Boban and Jokic.
Give me Jokic.
That's gonna be the slowest race ever. You know what, Mel? Let's kill the basketball.
In a hundred. Let me see it.
We coming up on 2 hours. We still got to get through these picks too.
Did y'all talk about the Thursday game? I just want to, because I want to know if I missed that or not.
No,
we ain't got that
yet. You put that in my head now. Now I'm really finna start asking these questions, man. Who gonna win the race between LeBron and KD?
Because DJ Michael B brought it up. Last night's game was the best Thursday night football game of the season.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you.
Is he?
And normally Thursday night games are kind of poo-poo.
No, I think the Thursday night games have all been pretty good this year.
This year they haven't been as bad as last year.
This was probably the best one outside of the opening weekend with Kansas City and Detroit, which was a fucking great game. This game last because nobody expected this game to be as high scoring as it was.
At all.
Like nobody. Because you knew what you were supposed to get from Dallas's defense, and you didn't.
We said no. See, this is the thing. I said this when we was doing the picks. I said,
and you didn't.
I said the Cowboys don't play good against teams with above 500 records.
Hey, they almost lost. I was going for the Seahawks. I was like, come on.
This is their first win of a team and they should have lost this game.
They almost did.
All I'm saying is DK Metcalf said, I'm winning this game by myself.
He should have.
That boy said,
when I looked at the stat line and this man had 2 catches for 107 yards, I was like, the fuck happened in this game?
He was on his Randy Moss shit.
What's that? What's that dude Bland? He's still chasing his ass now.
Well, hey, Bland still got interception number 6.
Yeah,
You know
that
what?
came on the back of 180 yards and 3 touchdowns.
It 100% did. But
I'm gonna hit y'all with a stat that blew my mind today. Do y'all know the last time the Cowboys beat a team with a winning record and their starting quarterback actually played?
Ooh. Was it before COVID?
53 weeks ago.
God
Wow.
damn.
God.
53 NFL weeks ago, not 53 weeks. Like 53 NFL.
That the starting quarterback beat a team with a winning record?
No, that a team with a winning record played, that Dallas beat them when they had their starting quarterback.
Wow.
53
Oh,
weeks.
when the opposite team had their starting quarterback.
Yes.
But
that blew my mind.
The story of this game was
they always lose to back.
Yeah, but the overall, outside of the penalties, because I don't want to hear anybody talk about the goddamn penalties last night, especially Cowboys fans, because y'all fucking
want to look that up. That don't sound right.
Like 53 weeks against a team with a winning record when their starting quarterback actually plays. Not
their starting quarterback actually plays.
When their starting quarterback plays.
Which means they normally lose to backups.
No, they don't normally lose to. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it like that. But no, I think in between that time they beat a team with a winning record, but their starting quarterback didn't play.
Well, they lost to the Packers when Aaron Rodgers was there. And that wasn't 53 weeks ago.
Man, they lost to a backup earlier this year in the Cardinals.
The Cowboys don't win when the opposite team has a winning record and the opposite team's starting quarterback plays. Is what I'm saying.
So Geno was their starting quarterback, and they beat a team with a 500 record.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
That's a funny ass stat, though, if it's true. Like,
because they got swept because Tyler Heineke beat them twice the year. 2 years.
And Taylor Heineke wasn't a starter.
He was the starter.
That's what I'm saying. The Cowboys don't win when a team has a winning record and their starting quarterback is playing. Like the opposite team has a winning record and the opposite team starting quarterback plays, the Cowboys loses. But
okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I was thinking the other way.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to break it down. I was trying to be like, man, how can I make? Yeah. So the opposite team they're playing, their starting quarterback, they have a winning record, the Cowboys lose.
Oh, okay.
So the Cowboys are front runners against losers.
Yeah. Okay.
I got it.
We all know this.
Okay.
God damn.
But the story of this game for me was the Dallas defense, and this is why they got exposed.
Yeah, they're not as good as people think they are.
I don't think they got exposed.
They got exposed because the Seahawks
was getting bombed for sure.
Like, don't get me wrong. All right, the Seahawks have DK Metcalf, but it was Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett and some of the routes that they were running, getting behind those defensive backs that I was paying attention to. You know, I told you on this football show, we like to break things down.
The Cowboys keep playing man coverage like they got dudes out there that can play.
They playing man coverage and they trying to show blitz from that cornerback position. And Tyler Lockett did one of them old school New England Patriots Chris Hogan ass routes and got behind that motherfucker and was wide open. And if Geno don't miss him, it's a touchdown. And the biggest key of this game last night, outside of the defense, was that if the Seahawks don't lose Zach Charbonnet, they won this game. Because Zach Charbonnet played his ass off last night until he went down with the knee injury.
Yep.
So, Dallas, be happy that you won, but you still gonna lose 3 out of your next 4.
Well, don't they play the 49ers this week?
No, next week.
They play next week. Yep.
Niners and Eagles play this week, but they got to play the Niners. They got to play the Eagles. They got to play the Bills, and they got to play Detroit. I think it is. They'll beat the Bills. The Bills the only team they'll beat because I don't trust the Bills. Fuck the Bills. They'll beat the Bills. That defense will take advantage of Josh Allen, and that's
not. I don't trust Josh Allen.
Bland gonna get like 4 picks that game.
I'm gonna say the Cowboys are gonna get their ass kicked by the Bills. Watch.
Hey, I want to know which one of them, since they love playing man coverage, who guarding Stephon Diggs in man coverage?
No, that's the reason why. Because
it's not gonna be his brother.
Nobody.
Because Trayvon Diggs gonna be talking hella shit about his brother beating up on the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
they better put Gilly on him. That's all I gotta say. Put Gilly and double him with Jordan and double him with Jordan Lewis. That's all you're going. That's the only thing that's gonna happen.
I don't know.
You don't do that. It's not gonna work.
I don't think the Cowboys defense got exposed because here's one thing that me and GQ have talked about. I don't think I've ever expressed on the show since last year. Even when Trayvon Diggs was back there with Darren Bland took his spot, what have I been saying? He gives up a lot of yards. They're very good when they're in the red zone most of the time. They're good in close quarters. When
niggas is catching 60-yard bombs, you're not in the red zone.
Right, but no, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. The Cowboys are prone to giving the big plays because receivers are known to get behind their DBs. The only time Diggs was really picking off balls was whenever the quarterback was underthrown. He wasn't going up and making these snags, and he wasn't deflecting passes. He was just somebody to play receiver that knows how to catch the ball when it's underthrown because he was a receiver. Like, it's always been that way, and that's what killed them in the playoffs over and over again, and that's going to bite them in the ass again this year in the playoffs. They can't stop a good wide receiver.
Yeah, because the focal point of their team is their pass rush. You got DeMarcus Lawrence and you got Micah Parsons. And you
if
got
you
a really
can
good
control their edges,
and
you good.
Really good. You got a really good front seven. But when you get to the back four or back five, that's when you start to gain some problems back there.
And shout out to the Seahawks offensive line.
They probably got a good front
four. Shout out to the Seahawks offensive line because they held them at bay for most of the game.
Their front seven ain't.
It's not a front seven.
It's more only two people that's going to generate pressure.
I was going to say it's probably a two, and those are two dudes on the edges.
Do we?
It's
can we call it a front two? Is that a thing? Can we call it a front two?
Front 3.5.
We gonna call them edges. We gonna call them edges like the black girls. Edges like the black girls.
We gonna call them edges.
Yeah, it's just them two.
They got some really good edges. They're real tight.
You know what? We're gonna call them the baby head.
Yeah, that's
baby
it.
hairs. The baby hairs. Hold on, I got one right here. Probably.
That's the one.
Not the baby hair.
I got the little baby hair.
Oh my god!
Now.
Matter of fact, I done did that. I got a whole meme ready to go tomorrow when this video load up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get to these picks. We got 6 teams. We got 6 teams on a bye. So for fantasy purposes, a lot of us in trouble. The Ravens, the Bills, the Bears, the Raiders, the Vikings, the Giants are all on bye weeks. That is quite a few top 20 fantasy players that will not be playing this week.
I gotta go check my damn roster
because I had to
reconfigure
and reconstruction some things.
For y'all, if y'all don't know, next week starts the fantasy football playoffs for our league. So this is the last week to establish final seeding.
I'm probably not in it, so
because somebody got mad at me last night because I was fixing another roster because I'm playing Ty and his roster looked like shit. So I fixed it. He had like 5 players on a bye. I was like, bro, I'm not going to take an easy dub. I want to beat everybody fair and square. So when I win this championship, I don't want to hear no bullshit.
Hey, then somebody should have did mine because I had a week, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Either everybody was on a bye or on IR. I literally had to go and hunt through the waiver wire and pick people up.
Ask GQ how my roster looked the other day on the Yahoo League. I sent him a picture. I had 4 people on bye and 4 people on IR. I said, oh, my Lord.
Yeah, I was picking up all types of dumb motherfuckers.
Hey, sometimes in fantasy we do what we got to do, but it's all right. We're gonna be talking our shit once these playoff positions are solidified. There may or may not be a live show talking all that shit about that. Just be prepared for that. So speaking of just bad teams, let's just get started with this game. Everybody's favorite coach, the coach we've been waiting to get fired out goddamn year. These LA Chargers going toe-to-toe against what's left of my New England Patriots and Bailey Zappi at quarterback.
Look, I told you, I'm on a new thing. The T-shirts have to get made. Chargers going Charger.
Do I got to say it? I got to say it again? Do I got to say it again? The Chargers is going Charger, but actually, hold on, wait. Bailey Zappi starting this week, right?
Yep. Bailey Zappi gonna throw for 500 yards.
That defense does suck, bro. That defense really does suck.
And this is what's gonna cause Brandon Staley to lose his job. Look, right here. Promise
Bill Belichick gonna run the Wildcat the whole fucking game. Watch.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm going with the Patriots, dog. The Chargers are going Charge.
I got no until proven differently. Chargers going Chargers.
The problem with this game is now you also have Pop Douglas is out from that dirty ass hit last week that did not get penalized.
Crazy.
The Chargers are down to Keenan Allen as their only eligible pass catcher that's not injured all the way through right now.
If you got Keenan Allen in fantasy, you better start him.
Yeah, he's about it.
Didn't he have like 15 catches last week?
Yeah,
he had a good bid.
But
he had no drops. He caught 12 straight without no drops.
Yeah, he caught a lot. He was on fire.
Oh, that must have been a week before. I'm thinking about when he dropped like 17 passes and shit.
This game is also in Foxborough. It's gonna be interesting.
Can't be worse than Valdez Scantling.
So No.
He had the light in his eyes.
No. But I'm still gonna take the Chargers because unless we start Malik Cunningham at quarterback, I don't trust anybody else behind center right now.
That's why they going Wildcat.
Hey, Ramondre Stevenson is going to get the ball a lot. Let's just say that.
Look, Ezekiel Elliott and Ramondre Stevens is going to carry. They each going to get about 20 touches.
Man, I need that for my fantasy. Come through, Zeke.
I need for Ramondre to go off.
So that's the way I look at it. Look, the Chargers going to charge. They're going to figure out a way to fuck this up. So
some way, somehow, it's going to happen. Some way, somehow.
I need it to happen because Brandon Staley needs to.
Brandon Staley should have been gone after the first 5 games of the season. I'm not even
Brandon Staley
understanding
should
why
have been
he's
gone
still there.
last year.
I'm being nice today. I decided to be nice. I don't want to roast anybody today.
So, hey, I'm going to do it. When it comes to Brandon Staley, he is 3 games.
Besides Mel, that's always fun. I like to get Mel wired up because Mel is the only person that'll go back and forth with me.
I got Go James Kingdom coming on the show. I got to talk to Troy and see if he wants to come through, but Go James Kingdom wants to come on the show Monday, so
I have no idea who that is, but all right. I'm with it.
I mean, you can, by the name of their podcast, you know what they are.
I was going to say, by the name of the name, you can kind of guess what his motive is about.
I hope they come on there with that LeBron versus MJ stuff so you can roast like you did last time.
That's the reason why. That's the reason that's my guy. He's cool as shit. But we have our back and forth about LeBron and Mike, so he wants to come on the podcast. I was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Move. You remember last time they said Mike was mentally soft because he quit for 2 years? Mel went off. Mel went off.
So we going
because he quit for 2 years and went to go play another fucking sport with that consists of longer season. Okay,
his fucking father died.
Fucking dad died. Like, are we serious? Are we serious? But
yeah,
all right.
Where would GQ? All right, GQ dropped out and got a GED. Let's see.
All right, Troy Senior.
Next game.
You got the game?
Yep. All right, let's go. Cardinals, Steelers.
Fast Feet been threatening.
Hey, Speedy Gonzalez has been out there turning up. Okay.
Yeah. Either he playing so that he can have another team next year, or I don't know. But I'm gonna go with Fast Feet and the Cardinals this week.
In reality, he's playing so they buy him the new Call of Duty without him. You know what I'm saying? With no.
Yeah, that Modern Warfare 3 come out, so
you feel me? That he need that MW 3. You feel me? So that's the reason why he's going crazy, right? Mm-hmm. You see him out there, he's talking shit. He was turned up to dapping up the coach, man. Yeah, he trying to get that MW 3. Okay. They gave him the contract. He said, y'all can give me MW3 with this new S5, though. You feel me?
Where's the game at? Is it in Pittsburgh?
Yep, I think it is in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay, now I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
I'm going with Najee. Najee I trust because Najee's been going off the past couple of weeks.
I'm going to go
Najee I trust.
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on it.
Yeah, I'm going Pittsburgh because they fired the Matt Canada.
The guy that was restricting their offense the whole time?
Right.
Mm-hmm. The guy who had the whole city of Pittsburgh, different teams included, calling for his job, which is asinine because I've never ever heard or seen that. So when the whole city as a whole is calling for your job, G.
Well, I find it funny that they fired him and the offense turned up, kind of the same way that Josh McDaniels has been going and the Raider offense has been turning up.
That's crazy because you get the cancer out of the locker room and your starting quarterback passes for 400 yards for the first time. Ain't that some shit?
Well, with Matt Canada gone, they have been dumping that thing off to Najee Harris more because they all knew under Matt Canada, like, look, Najee ain't going nowhere. He's not getting that ball. They're gonna keep throwing this damn ball down the field, and they're not gonna do anything. They literally, people were playing the Steelers one-on-one with their receivers and saying, our rush is gonna get to y'all. So fuck it. They stacked the Bucks on Najee Harris the whole time. I mean, you neutralize your best weapon. What are they going to do?
Exactly. But
you like that. All right. Let me see. Next game: Colts and Titans.
Division games is tough.
I'm gonna go Titans. I'm still gonna go Titans.
I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry. I don't really care what the Colts got going on, nor do I care what the Titans got going on. I'm just gonna go with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry should be the best player on the field.
I like I said, the Colts OC should be in consideration to get a head coaching job next year because what he has done with Gardner Minshew and Zach Moss.
Okay. You're not gonna act like Gardner Minshew didn't have a good year in Jacksonville, bro. Come on.
Minshew mania.
But y'all got to understand something. That offense was not predicated for him. That offense was predicated for that rookie,
right.
Anthony Richardson. Not to mention, they went into that season without even knowing if their starting running back was going to come.
I'm about to say, with no Jonathan Taylor.
I really
still are doing that with that team. Like I said earlier in the show, if the playoffs started today, the Colts would make the playoffs and the Bills would not make the playoffs.
Womp womp.
So I'm not
if it was a fifth, I would be drunk.
I like the Colts, man. I like the Colts in this matchup. I like what their offense has been doing. Their defense has been playing a lot better.
Henry.
I'm gonna go with the Colts. Mania.
And he gonna throw a touchdown.
Hey, I ain't
I'm gonna take the Colts in this one.
He got the jump pass on him all
day. Yeah, I'll take the Colts in this one.
Oh my God, he gonna throw a touchdown, Mel?
Yep.
So we already talked about the 4 games prior to that one.
No.
Actually, that's only the third game we only talked about Pittsburgh and then this one.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh well. I like that. All right. Well, that's gonna be a fun game too. That Pittsburgh and Cardinals game because Kyler. But Pittsburgh gonna still win that game. But
Najee go Najee.
Well, if Najee go Najee, then he ain't gonna do shit.
He been going off since Canada been gone.
No,
he been going off.
No, Najee go Najee. Najee had one game this year, which was last week.
Well, he had a good game last week.
I've been starting to talk about Jalen Warren, and he's been killing me.
Fantasy has been saying for the past few weeks, Najee been going off.
Last week they're saying Jalen Warren is the better fantasy running back because he on my fantasy squad.
Right. Najee, he went off last week. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, no. Not the rest of these weeks.
Mr. Harris got this game. Don't worry.
Najee ain't do shit.
Oh shit!
Mr. Harris got this game.
Oh, you know what? I want to do something. Before we end the show, I got something I want to do.
All right. So we took care of that. So we got Detroit versus New Orleans versus Nolans. Game is in New Orleans. It looks like Chris Olave gonna be the only healthy wide receiver to play, and that's if he play. If not, it's gonna be the Taysom Hill, Juwan Johnson, A.T. Perry game.
Oh my God!
I was gonna say, do the Saints have any healthy receivers right now?
No, because Michael Thomas is on IR
again.
Again, and I have him on my team, which is fine. I took him hoping that he was balling this season though.
Yeah, I even say he was playing pretty solidly.
He made it all the way to week 11 before he got hurt.
And individually, he was balling.
That's improvement. That is golf clap.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I need Derek Carr to win this game. Just because I need Derek Carr to win this game, I'm gonna say the Saints. Just because I need Derek Carr to win, but I mean, Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown should be perfectly fine and Swift should be perfectly fine in handling this game. But I really do need Derek Carr to have a very, very good game because Joe Burrow is out.
I feel that. I need Derek Carr to have a good game too from one of my other leagues in the Superflex game because I had a couple of quarterbacks on the bye. But give me Detroit and the Sun God.
Of course.
Also known as Amon Rock. I don't know that's his nickname.
I was gonna say if y'all didn't know.
Oh, I got him in fantasy. I know.
I know we
know.
But sometimes the general public
the outside world.
Mel, make some sense out of this, man.
Ain't no sense to be made.
No.
Detroit in the sweep.
Detroit versus everybody.
What if I told you Detroit was going to Detroit?
Not that. I mean, they're gonna win.
Has been winning all year, so
that's what I'm saying. What if I tell you Detroit is going to Detroit and they're going to just dominate the hell out of the Saints? I will be crying.
I need that.
I don't think it's going to be.
Listen, Detroit is going to be a very scary NFC team come playoff time.
Once the playoffs hit, they're going to be scary. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Like, you don't want to play them in the first round because you probably going home. And I hope you listen to me, ladies. I hope Detroit draws Dallas. I hope it happens.
No. Please.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Amon-Ra St. Brown will light Dallas on fire.
I need it. I need it. Like SpongeBob episode with the water. I need it.
That would be so great.
Because if Detroit send Dallas home, oh, Cowboys fans, look at me. Look at me.
Barry Sanders repeat. Barry Sanders repeat.
I'm the captain now. I'm going to light y'all the fuck up if that's what happens. I'm going to go on a 20-minute tangent rant on this show. If y'all draw Detroit beat y'all in the first round. Because y'all over here looking past them, looking at, oh, wait till we play San Francisco again, this, that, and the third. You might not make it out the first round. You might be divisional and done.
By the way, if y'all haven't seen Bye Bye Barry, I suggest y'all watch the documentary on Barry. It's a very good one.
I'm watching that this week. Yep.
Facts.
All right. Up next, we have a toilet bowl matchup. That's not a toilet bowl matchup, but the records say otherwise. You have the NFC South division leader, Atlanta Falcons, going toe-to-toe with what's left of the fucking punk-ass Jets.
I don't know. Jets might have a resurgence because they got Aaron Rodgers coming back in the game.
Aaron Rodgers trying to make a comeback for Christmas Eve.
For what?
Like I said, I am Superman. I got super strong Achilles.
That ayahuasca got some shit in it, boy. I'm telling you
that nigga, he got that Wolverine treatment. Man, he said I got adamantium at Achilles. Nigga, stop playing with me. My shit
Aaron Rodgers up there smoking peyote. Y'all better stop playing with that man.
Like the problem with this game is like Atlanta has the better offense to score points, but the Jets have the defense to cancel it out. So it's like, can the Jets muster up enough offense to beat the Falcons? Like, that's the actual question.
I'm gonna take the Falcons. I'll start off and say I'm gonna go with the Falcons. The Falcons are right there to win this division, and if they want to win the division and get into the playoff, this is the game they got to start with.
They have to because they have a very slim lead on the division right now.
Who is playing quarterback? That's my
question. The Saints can't lose, and then Atlanta don't capitalize.
Playing quarterback.
For both teams. I ain't even gonna lie. Who's playing quarterback for both these teams this week?
Oh, Timothy Boyle.
Okay.
Timothy Boyle.
The Boyle man.
You know what's funny about Tim Boyle? Tim Boyle's still a better quarterback than Danny Cannell.
I told you y'all better go get Chad. Stop it. I watched that part of the show, dog.
Absolutely, he is.
Look. The Jets need to go ahead and call Chad Henne one time. Be like, come on, man. You got a couple of games left in you. Just come back and hold his candlestick. You better than yeah.
This is tough.
Go ahead, Mel.
Look, I already told you. I'm
going with the Falcons, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I'm going with the Falcons.
Look, they sat my boys out.
I don't know who's playing quarterback. I don't know if it's my boy Heineken or I don't know if it's the Riddler. But
that boy said Heineken or the Riddler. Lord Jesus.
Well, I don't know if Taylor Heineke's healthy yet.
GQ, you know my motto already. In Heineken, we trust, man.
Yes, sir. Except in this game.
Heineken got this. We need them red, black, and white J's.
I love me some Heineken.
I need them green, gray, and white Jones, man. What you mean? Them Jets colors fly high.
Taylor Heineke is Kirk Cousins 2.0. They're going to win this game. If Heineke starts, they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I need my boy Heineken to start, man. You feel me?
I need Tyler Pitts to finally do something. They do not throw the ball to this man.
All right, so Taylor Heineke is getting cleared to suit up, and he's active for the game, but he is not starting. He's going to serve as the backup. So this is a Desmond Ritter game. It doesn't change my pick, unfortunately.
Doesn't change my
Jets in this game. Look, I don't pick the Jets often, but I got to pick the Jets in this game.
Heineke will be in the game by the second quarter.
So halftime?
We hope.
Yeah. Heineke will be in the game by the second quarter and light their ass up. So I'm still going with Atlanta.
Taylor Heineken, he'll be in the game by at least halftime. At least halftime. If Desmond Ritter goes into the locker room, Taylor Heineke coming back out. I promise you, that's what's gonna happen.
I feel that. All right, we already went over these other two games. So on to the speaking of Taylor Heineke and his former team, we have got the Miami track team going toe-to-toe against them Commanders, who don't like to throw the ball to their skill players.
I'm trying to tell you because did they forget that they got like receivers?
Terry McLaurin and all these other guys, like, we're gonna throw the ball to Logan Thomas 20 times because we ain't gonna throw it to nobody else. Like, we're gonna hand the ball off to Brian Robinson 10 times.
Give me Miami. Give me Miami.
Because the fucking Ron Rivera and that defense is stupid. They don't know how to cover wide receivers. And the worst team to play. And look, I got Jalen Waddle this week. I need this nigga to go off.
Hey, look, I got Jalen Waddle.
You're going to get your wish. You're going to get your wish. Jalen Waddle will have a touchdown and probably 100 yards.
Well, look, you might have your boy Devon ISHm may be back too. So
come on now,
he got hurt last time he played. Fucking knee.
Yeah, I know, but he may be back. That was more of a scare than anything else from all the reports. So he may be back too. So it might be a track meet via running back too. Look, Terry. Can I just get like 6 catches for like 80 yards and a touchdown, bro?
They gotta throw the ball at him 6 times. They don't do it.
I was gonna say they throw the ball at him maybe a half a time a game.
Terry, if you're listening to me, I promise. If you change teams or demand a trade, I will trade whatever I can to get you if you get a good quarterback. I promise you I will.
If you can trade to a contender, oh boy.
It might be coming. It's offseason. It might be coming.
The enemy needs somebody to catch the ball. Whenever he take over the head coach. So.
Look,
it seemed like he found one in Jahan Dotson. Shit.
Brandon Staley and Ron Rivera are on both of them. I need both of them to keep doing dumb shit so that they both can get up out of the paint. So
I'm with it.
Ron and the game has passed Ron Rivera by at this point. I think his last hurrah was Carolina.
He got to go.
Yeah, because whenever he said, "Oh snap, that game was for us to be in the playoffs," oh yeah, I was like, "Nah."
That was it.
I was like, "Yeah, nope. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, bro."
You a coach,
He's
bro.
Done.
Riverboat Ron has sat there and caught Alzheimer's in front of all.
No, that ain't no riverboat. That's paddle boat Ron at this point.
I was gonna say that.
That motherfucker slow
there on the motherfucking dinghy, boy. Stop playing with him.
That motherfucker might be kayak Ron by the end of the season.
Kayak Ron.
Hell yeah.
All right.
White water raft.
This game is going to be near and dear to DJ Michael B's heart. This is already being talked about as the game of the week. Broncos at Texans. The battle of two of the best 6-5 teams in the NFL. The Broncos being the hottest team win-wise in the AFC the last few weeks, and the Texans having the hottest rookie quarterback in football.
I'm gonna start by saying this. I told you I don't give up on Russell Wilson yet because he got that guy that was in New Orleans that transferred over. I told y'all wait. Mel got on my ass last time, and I was like, nope. I still think he could turn it around. I've been
on Russ's shit,
man.
Not Russ, the coach.
Well, both
coach. No. This is all because of Russ. This ain't got shit to do with Sean.
It got everything to do with Sean Payton. Regardless, I'm going to pickle my heart here and my head, and I'm going with the Texans. I think the Texans are going to win this game because last year the Texans did a shit show. Or the last time they played the Broncos, they had a shit show against the Broncos, and I think C.J. Stroud is going to make up for that. So I'm going with the Texans. All right. The Texans just got to win this game, and they keep their wild card spot.
Okay. All right.
I got the Texans because they shouldn't have even lost last week. Got them kick and missed the motherfucking field goal.
Fuck that. Tank Dell caught the ball. Tank Dell caught the ball in bounds.
Yeah, no. The video proved that, and then some. He had grass next to his big toe.
It was about 17 inches of grass in between. Never mind. You know what?
The rush train gonna continue. 7 and what? 7? Be 6, 7 or 6?
It'd be 7
in a goddamn row.
It'd be 7 and 5.
7 in a row. Let's go. Let's ride.
Nah, bro. That shit stopped this week.
Yep. Stop this week. That motherfucker stopped in Houston.
Give me Denver by a field goal.
I can see that if Denver does win.
It's going to get stopped in Houston.
I will say this. I need Javonte Williams to have a very good game.
Yes, I do.
But still lose.
I do need that. I would love that. Very much so. I mean, I would also like Jerry Jeudy to finally show up and play football, but that ain't going to happen. So,
No, it's not. Steve Smith broke that man confidence. Let's move on.
I mean,
and then some. This game is. We ain't going to spend a lot of time on this one. The Carolina Panthers and the Buccaneers.
Let's go. That defense been letting the Buccaneers down, man.
I was going to say that defense can't let them down this week.
That defense been fucking them up these last 3 weeks. Like it's been bad.
This better not be the Panthers' second win of the season. I need them to keep losing anyway.
Y'all
making the Bears look fantastic with these losses.
Do y'all understand Do y'all understand how mad I was? The Texans lost that fucking game they should have never lost.
All it would have did was solidify Chicago with the number 1 overall pick.
With that being said, to hell with it. I'll take Carolina.
Nah, I'm taking Tampa. I'm sorry. Mike Evans by himself should beat Carolina.
I mean, I got
Hey, listen, we saw. I posted it in the chat. So we was talking in the Inside the Huddle chat about Mike Evans. All right, it's very important. Mike Evans needs 150 yards for his 10th 1,000-yard season. He get his 10th 1,000-yard season, he going in the Hall of Fame.
Now, when I said
be in the Hall of Fame.
Now, when I said Mike Evans should be considered,
he could be considered.
9 straight seasons
of
10,000-yard seasons with instability at quarterback ain't nothing to snore at.
If Hines Ward not in the Hall of Fame, he does not get in the Hall of Fame.
Hines Ward definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, though.
Hines Ward didn't get in? I thought Hines Ward was in.
He's on his
not in yet.
Third ballot now. Third
ballot,
time.
Yep.
This upcoming thing will be his third time around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, Marcus Allen is up for.
He's in a very diluted.
Oh no, Eric Allen. I'm sorry, Eric Allen is up for Hall of Fame.
Right. Hines
Andre Johnson is also up. Andre Johnson's up for it as well.
Andre won't get it. Andre won't get in on the first ballot.
Like Torrey Holt's not. No, there's a bunch of wide receivers that are not in the Hall of Fame that before he can even think about getting in the Hall of Fame.
Speaking of, before we get off this podcast, I got a question for you. I already got GQ's answer. I have to ask you and Moose since y'all are the football experts here.
Yeah, but all right, we got 4 more games to pick and then we can tear it up. We got Cleveland Browns and the surging Rams.
Okay. We got another thing. Y'all need to give Baker Mayfield. Every quarterback for the Cleveland Browns almost died.
Look, he is not lying.
Listen here.
At this point, he's not even lying, bro.
Listen.
I mean, he's right. No, he is right.
Like, I've been trying to tell, the fucking Cleveland Brown offensive line is ass. It is ass. All these niggas are dying. And who's playing quarterback this week?
Joe Flacco.
He's dead.
Joe Flacco, the starter.
Dead.
Not DTR.
Nope.
Joe Flacco.
He's still in concussion protocol.
Joe Cool.
That's fucking crazy, bro. That just shows you how good Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt really are, because that offensive line has been trash.
Like Deshaun effed up, Baker effed up, PJ Walker effed up.
DTR almost literally died.
Almost died on the field.
That fucking hit was absurd that DTR took last week.
They showed him spitting up like he had blood leaking out of his face. Like, come on, man. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah, nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall all for the Cleveland Browns, because they are going to fall all in this game.
Yeah,
wow.
Like they just don't have they can't keep a quarterback on the field.
I think it has more to do with the other side of the ball, honestly. I don't know if there's any report that Myles Garrett is actually playing this game.
Myles Garrett's healthy.
He's out.
He's good. He's healthy.
Is
he playing?
Oh shit.
Okay, because last time I checked, he was questionable because the shoulder.
No, he heard a pop in his shoulder, but he's cleared.
They must have popped it back in. But if that's the case, then give me the Browns, because
I know this because I have Myles Garrett as one of my defensive players in one of my other fantasy leagues. I keep up. I'm the news guy. I got you.
No, I'm taking the Rams.
GQ bomb.
He actually does not carry an injury designation going into the game at all. So
give me the Browns.
Give me the Browns because their defense is going to carry him over.
Give me the Rams.
You still got to put points on the board. I'm going with the Rams.
They're going to put points on the board. Denzel Ward going to get a pick 6. Watch.
Facts.
He out. He's not playing this week.
It's okay. Myles Garrett can get a couple strips.
You right. It's all right.
Greg Stafford been a little funny with the ball, so it's okay.
Going with the Rams. Sorry.
Greg Newsom get one. Grant Delpit probably get one. Either one.
Mel, you make a lot of sense on the football side.
I make a lot of sense on the basketball side. You just don't want
nah, my brother.
You just don't want to listen. It's all good. It's all right. You make all the sense in the world.
Let's get to legitimately the game of the week that should have been flexed to Sunday Night Football in Niners-Eagles, because I don't give a fuck about Chiefs and Packers at Sunday Night Football. It should have been Niners and Eagles. Or you could have moved them to Monday and moved Bengals-Jags to fucking 3:25. Because nobody wants to see that fucking game either.
My pick on this is going to be twofold. I am going to take the Eagles in this game. Absolutely. But if the 49ers beat the Eagles, they just won the Super Bowl.
I think I'm the opposite. I think if they beat the Eagles, they lost the Super Bowl. Because I don't think they even make it.
Okay.
I think if they beat the Eagles this year in the regular season, that quote unquote is their Super Bowl, and they get bounced first round. And don't let it be to the Cowboys because I'm talking shit.
No, I think this is the litmus test for if I think the Eagles win it again in another tight one. But should the 49ers come out and establish dominance, the Super Bowl is done. You might as well just get in the trophy now.
Well. Seems that we've come to a crossroad, and I'm going to break that crossroad because Jalen Hurts is the quarterback for the Eagles. He's from the east side of Houston, Texas, exactly where I'm from. And all that doesn't matter because the Eagles are going to take their second loss of the season.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey is playing, and I believe in Christian McCaffrey.
Well, we was going to take a swerve, but ain't no swerving happening because I'm taking Philly. Because I don't think San Francisco got an answer for a fully healthy Eagles receiving core.
They might not. By the way, I need AJ Brown to go off.
Yeah, I just think if the when we talked about front set, like Dallas had the 49ers got a front seven. Like if that front seven,
they both got a front seven.
If they can't control that front seven, matter of fact, the game is really going to be who's front seven, the Eagles or the 49ers? Whose front seven is going to control this game?
So if I had to pick a quarterback under pressure, I'm taking Jalen Hurts over Brock Purdy under pressure. Because I've seen what Brock Purdy look like under pressure, and it's turnover prone.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm taking the Eagles because I just think they're playing I just think that what they're doing is just better.
I think they're playing championship football at the right time.
Right.
I think if the Eagles lose this game, they're going to go back to the Super Bowl because I think it's going to reignite something in them. Like I feel like they've been coasting. Like they've been, and there's Cowboys fans that are talking about, well, look, the Eagles barely beat this team, we blew them out. The Eagles barely beat this team, we blew them out. I'm just like, yeah, but they got to do a little bit with the complacency too, because it's just like the Eagles know, like, okay, man, we're not up for this. We're not going to wake up for this game. You got them games circled on your calendar. So I think the 49ers might catch them a little off guard and hit them in the mouth first, and they have to play from behind. And I think 49ers will be able to maintain.
Is the game in Philly?
I think Brock Purdy's going to shit himself when he's seen Hassan Reddick.
See?
It's where?
In Philly.
Yeah, I think Brock Purdy's going to shit himself when he's seen Hassan Reddick.
I don't want to hear shit about what Cowboys fans got to say when it comes to, because at least the Eagles are beating winning teams. They didn't close games weren't against trash teams. Like they had close games against winning playoff teams, whereas Dallas is front running against teams that barely could beat a high school varsity fucking team right now.
I'm still going with San Francisco.
I'm gonna keep my Eagles pick, but it's gonna be a tight one. Matter of fact,
I'm a roll with San Fran.
You know what? I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna switch it right now. I'm gonna go 49ers. I got it. My man Moody, my rookie kicker, he owed me one. He owed me one. Coming down. He owed me one.
I'm sticking with San Francisco. I think San Francisco will win this game.
Yeah, I think
they will.
Christian McCaffrey, Debo, those guys, they're gonna do it.
Debo and Christian McCaffrey are both playing, right?
Yeah. My brother.
Yeah. I'm going with San Fran.
He's a 49er fan, so the fact that I'm doing this.
All right, Sunday Night Football, Chiefs Packers.
Let's go, Love. My man, Buddy Love. I'm taking
Buddy Love.
Forget the Packers, man. Forget the Chiefs. We're going with the Packers because
I'm going with the Packers.
I don't like the Chiefs.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs, and I don't feel good about it. But I'm gonna do it because I just am. I gotta respect the champs, and maybe they'll figure something out. Now, if they lose this game, oh God, I will literally watch First Things First just to watch Nick Wright fall apart at the seams.
I am going with the guy they call Tucker Kraft. And for those of you who don't know who Tucker Kraft is, that is now the starting tight end for the Green Bay Packers. I'm going with Tucker Kraft and them Packers.
Yeah, I like.
His name is Tucker Kraft.
His
name is Tucker Kraft. That's really his name.
They also had, before they had a Luke Musgrave, who sound like somebody you don't sound like a UFC fighter you don't want to get into a fight with.
Right. If he was playing, that'd be something totally different. But he hurt.
He had a lacerated kidney. I mean,
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Tucker did he fielded him valiantly last week, and I think he'll get more adapted to the speed of the game this week. Because I was watching him run routes last week. He was pretty good. I was like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. So I'm going with Tucker Kraft and them boys. And my uncle and the Packers need this win right now because he's been crying.
Now I will say,
a lot of crying this season.
I think the Packers receiving core. We talked about it early in the show, but I think they're starting to kind of really get it together.
They are.
They're finally starting to feed Christian Watson like they should have been doing earlier in the season. Now the problem they're having is their fucking running backs can't stay healthy because you may not have Aaron Jones, you may not have AJ Dillon, you may be literally rocking with a rookie. We'll see how that goes. But anyway,
I've seen worse situations.
Yeah. On to the Monday Night Football game. Bengals at Jaguars. So the question becomes, can Jacksonville unfuck themselves and keep it pushing, keep it running, and take care of Cincinnati?
Yeah, Sunshine got this.
Sunshine.
Yeah,
even though I want him to lose, that way if the Texans win, they'll have the same exact record. But whatever. I think Jacksonville should win this game and should be in a strong should. But I mean, there's been crazier things in life.
Nah. If Jacksonville lose and the Texans win, the Jacksonville still had a record. It's 8-3 to 6-5.
Oh, so you're right because it was going to be.
They needed to beat Jacksonville last week.
Yeah, it was going to be 6-4. You're right. But that still puts my Texans a game closer. So But I think Jacksonville is going to win this without Joe Burrow. Man, I don't know what Cincinnati's going to do. Jamar Chase hasn't had the best year, and them wide receivers over there, they just haven't had the best year, and that might have been because of Joe Burrow.
In and out the lineup all year. Tyler Boyd been their most consistent, and some guy that we don't even really know been catching passes and shit. And Joe Mixon shows up when he wants to.
I would love for Joe Mixon to show up, though. I would really love for it to happen.
I don't care. I would love for a shootout because I need Travis Etienne to keep showing up, but I'm taking Jacksonville.
I would take Jacksonville, too. I might have to start some Jacksonville players here. I got the two best receivers, so.
Yeah, Sunshine, you better win. Ain't no. Nigga, I'm not taking no for an answer. You better go out there.
Y'all need to win.
What's the head coach name for Jacksonville? I always forget his name.
Dougie P, baby. Dougie P.
Dougie Fresh.
Doug Peterson. You better throw the hell out of the ball this weekend. Please do it.
I was say,
get the coordinated here and do it.
Just check it. You can just check it down to Travis Etienne. It's cool.
No, I don't want them to check shit down.
Can I get it?
I got receivers for that damn team. I don't want them to check shit down.
I mean, Calvin Ridley was
I
really had a whole
get an Evan Ingram showing.
That part, Evan Ingram need to show up.
Please.
So I get it. So nobody's taking the Bengals. Is that what I got?
Nope, not me.
Just making sure.
Bengals match starts in with Joe Burrow.
I mean, I fuck with my boy Jake. Don't get me wrong. Folsom High School Finance. I fuck with my boy Jake, but no.
So that wraps up our Week 13 picks, fellas.
Oh, I got one because I already knew your answer, GQ. I already know your answer. So I gotta ask Moo and Mel. They probably saw it on Gentleman's Talk. I don't know. Start, bench. I'm not gonna let's say trade instead of cut because I don't like the word cut in this situation. You got Steve Largent, Steve Smith, and Torrey Holt. Start, bench, trade.
God damn.
Torrey Holt, Steve Smith, and Steve Largent?
Yep.
That's tough.
I know. I know.
I'm starting Steve Smith. So this is a fight between Torrey Holt and Steve Largent.
Honestly.
Wow. That's a development I was not expecting.
Well, because I'm not going against a little big man who's also a gangster to pack you out at the same time. Like he's gonna beat you for 300 yards and he's gonna pack you out right after if you got something to say.
I mean, he's the only one with a triple crown of the three.
And
that's a good point. That's a good point.
And there's that. Yeah. So really, it comes down to Torrey Holt and Steve.
I'm gonna go Steve Largent, and I'm gonna trade Torrey Holt.
I think I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna bench Torrey Holt and I'm gonna trade Steve. I might be able to get some good pieces back for him.
Me and GQ both got rid of Steve Smith.
Why?
I can't do it.
I took Steve Largent.
Yeah, I started Steve Largent. Like because I wanted to keep we had this discussion about the recency bias thing. So I really don't want people to forget about Steve Largent and what he did. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start.
That's one reason why. That's why I got him. I got to come off bench. But if we going, that Steve Smith, we got that. We gonna have to do another show. We did linemen. We have to do receivers. Steve Smith does not get enough credit for the career he has had.
I don't think Torrey Holt gets enough credit for the greatest show on turf because everybody talks about
neither one of those Rams receivers do.
No, that look, Ricky Pro, ISHm, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, like that was a squad.
That was a squad.
Crazy.
And then you had Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk back there running the ball. That's a dumbass squad.
And
man.
not to mention you had the guy fresh off the couch throwing the football.
Come on now.
Fresh off
bagging groceries to throwing tutties.
Fresh off of bagging groceries, nigga, clean up all seven.
And I'm gonna say this because I said this before. If Trent Green never gets hurt, we are talking about him totally different. That man's career ended when he got hurt. He was the original trigger man for that greatest show on turf.
Yep. Not to mention, I mean, the coach didn't want to start Kurt Warner.
Yep, sure didn't.
He did everything in his power not to play him.
We will rally behind Kurt Warner, and we will play good football.
Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that, like, not to take nothing away from not to take anything away from Tom Brady. Really not. But if they go, Drew Bledsoe could have won that Super Bowl. Like, I'm just saying, it's not a slight against Brady or anything like that.
Drew Bledsoe is a monster.
But they stuck with the hot hand, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you gotta go with the hot hand, man. I ain't mad at him,
So what the fuck New England doing now? Going with just the hand?
They're going with whoever they can throw the hell out there. That's what they're doing.
We predicted, and I said it, but it didn't happen yet.
I don't know what it is.
I said Malik Cunningham should be the quarterback by week 6. He should have been the quarterback by week 6, but they are refusing to put this man at quarterback.
Yep, and I've said this. I was putting it together in the car, and because everybody keep talking about after this season, that we may let Bill Belichick go, and I said if we let
Bill Belichick to the Chargers.
We on the same page. So follow with me. That's what I said. I'll be doing my Nostradamus thing sometime. But yeah, 100% said that he should go to the Chargers. And I said his offensive coordinator needs to be somebody that nobody's expecting him to bring, and that's Cliff Kingsbury. We may not like him as a head coach. We may not like him as a head coach, but as a play caller and an offensive mind, Cliff Kingsbury is good at these things.
Not going to happen
in Thailand.
Not going to happen, bro.
Hey, you telling me Cliff wouldn't come out of Thailand and come to that team?
I mean, he's still getting paid, and he got that ticket.
I'm telling you now, not happening.
Would you do this if let's say Bill does go? I don't know if the league will allow it.
Sound like some fuckery coming.
Absolutely, I love it already.
Oh, you know me, my man John Gruden.
All the reports saying that Mark Davis might and is considering bringing back John Gruden if he just so happens to drop the lawsuit against the NFL. Mark Davis, let me tell you something right now. You bet not.
I like John Gruden as a coach. I'm sorry.
And I understand. I get it. I fucked with him as a coach too, but his time has passed.
No, I don't think it's with the Raiders. Okay.
On the Raiders.
Okay.
Mark Davis, you bet not.
I think John Gruden is overrated.
You bet not. Because I'm trying to tell you, if there's anything that would make me go to Vegas, okay, not only for just a visit to Mel, but I'm trying to tell you, I will pull up to that damn stadium, dog. I'm not playing with y'all, okay? Mel, I'm going to swing by. You know what I'm saying? Grab a couple lemonade or something, a bottle of water, and I'm to Allegiant, okay? I'm outside with the picket fences, dog. I'm not playing. All right.
John Gruden is the NFL equivalent to Steve Kerr. I've always said that, and I will stand by that.
Wow.
What does that mean?
And I will stand by.
Steve Kerr got multiple championships, though. John Gruden,
what does that mean?
Yes, I understand that. I understand that. But he inherited John Gruden lives off of one freaking Super Bowl, bro. Literally. I think it's harder to win a Super Bowl in the NFL than it is to win an NBA championship.
Most coaches in the NFL live off of one Super Bowl.
Yes, but you also got to remember the Raiders. I mean, not the Lord Jesus. The Buccaneers were right there. They were good already. They were damn near a Super Bowl contender when John Gruden inherited them.
He got them over the hump. Some coaches
I'm not discrediting him getting them over the hump. You need a change sometimes to take you over the hump. I'm not saying he's not a good coach. I'm not saying he's not a good coach because I think Mark Jackson.
But he didn't get it done. He was there. He was there long enough, and he was there long enough, and didn't happen.
But he got it done in Indianapolis. But he did get it done in Indianapolis.
We did get cheated, and then he left the next year.
Listen,
that bum ass tuck rule.
I'm not saying John Gruden is not a good coach. I'm saying he's overrated as what he is as a head coach. I'm not saying he's not a good coach.
All I'm saying is
he
probably would have 2 rings.
Oh, yeah, like he should have won
if
one with the
niggas didn't want the Raiders to not succeed.
You could still be a good coach
when y'all knew it was a fumble.
Like, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm saying he's not a good coach. You could be overrated and still be a good coach. Absolutely, because you could be good and people will still be, hey, you're a top 20 coach of all time. Be like, absolutely the hell not. He's not. Or he's this good and he's not, but he's you're still a good coach. Overrated doesn't mean you're not good. Overrated just means I think people rank you higher than where you should be overall.
Tom Brady got to give us one of his rings.
Where do people rank John?
That 7th one. That 7th one. I'll take that 7th one, Tom. It's all good. You can give me that one. You owe us that one.
What the hell did you just say?
Tom Brady owe us that 7th ring.
You ain't been listening.
Okay? John Gruden should have 2 rings because they catted off on one, and y'all know it was a fumble. Y'all know it was a fumble. It was that bullshit ass tuck rule that they came up with 30 seconds prior to even announcing the goddamn. Hell no. Okay?
I'm not. Listen, I'm not rolling.
No,
I'm not rolling my eyes.
Tom Brady said
I am not rolling my eyes.
Give me that ring. I want that.
I'm not rolling my eyes because I disagree with you. I'm not rolling my eyes because I disagree with you. I'm rolling my eyes because we all know this, and it's an age-old fucking story now. But GQ is over smiling his ass off.
I'm laughing at Bullies because it's fucking hilarious.
GQ over smiling his ass off.
It was a
because
fumble.
He know damn well Tom Brady should have 6.
And I want that 7th one.
Tom Brady should have as much as Michael Jordan have. He know damn well Tom Brady should only have 6.
That's fine.
I'm agreeing with you. We'll calm down. I'm agreeing with you.
That ain't no problem.
Tom Brady should have 6.
He can have 6. But give me that 7th one, Tom. Since you want to be placing bets with Michigan and shit, yeah. Give me that 7th. Matter of fact, hold on, wait, because you part owner. You owe us that ring.
All right, Moo.
He owe us that ring, bro. Go ahead and put that motherfucker in the trophy case, bro. That's false.
All I'm saying is I think John Gruden is a little overrated.
If y'all didn't know, I'm still salty. I do not care.
I think he's a little overrated.
It was a fumble.
All right.
It was a fumble. I agree. It was a damn fumble. I've been saying that for years. It was a fumble.
I'm telling everybody else in the goddamn audience because Mel make a meme out of this because it was a motherfucking fumble.
I'm definitely making a meme out of
goddamn ring. Okay? I expect to go in the Legion. I expect to see that motherfucker right there bow, flashing. Okay? 0-1. Stop playing with me.
All right. Well, we at that point of the show where it's time to bring it all the way back down to 2.
Absolutely not.
We can get out of here because I got to go perform daddy duties here in a minute. It's about time for me to go pick up another daughter from a basketball tournament. So,
yeah, I was trying. I can't get this goddamn thing up. You know me. I wanted to be petty before I left, but I can't. Let me see. I don't know. Hold on. I don't know if I can do it. Hold on.
I'll be petty, y'all. Don't forget to come watch Mel get cooked on Monday.
Well, if Go James Kingdom coming, he's not getting cooked at all.
Well, I mean, the nonsense we was talking about today with Kevin Durant and LeBron James is where he's gonna get cooked.
Nah,
absolutely.
We might not even get there if Go James Kingdom come. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I think me and Mel should just pop up. Me and Mel should just pop up on a Tuesday special and go at it. We just need a moderator.
A fucking FTSL versus.
Hold on, let me see if I can get it.
Oh Lord.
Oh, this man pulling out the files.
Here you go.
Oh, not this shit. I saw this TikTok earlier.
I can't hear it.
They all say I did my part, and then when they get to the mind, I didn't do shit.
I love that one.
I didn't hear it.
I know, my bad. Hold on. Let me get this shit off my screen.
GQ's patiently waiting for me to go off. I saw Dwayne wait.
Man. I can't.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it on Monday.
No,
man, I love it, man.
I don't want to wait till Monday. I wanted to hear that shit now.
I'll bring it on Monday. I'll make some more for Monday because we gonna fuck LeBron. He got the nerve to sit there and say if Bronny is playing the same day that the Lakers are playing, he's not playing the Laker game.
Oh, I ain't going. I ain't going, bro. Son playing? Yeah, no, I ain't going.
Hey,
Fuck
man.
that.
Mel, don't act like you ain't never called no word before.
I got it, dog. What you mean?
Say it again.
What you mean? Y'all got it?
Like you ain't never called in the word before because you just like, today's not that day. I'm going to call in.
Hey,
nope.
They got it.
There's one thing Melvin don't do. I don't miss. My dad taught me when I was young. You don't miss work.
Man, they got it, dog. They got it.
I don't miss work either, but I tell you what, I called in once.
Eating chicken and rice on the bench, man, and they won the game.
Now, I just do this thing called put vacation days in. Fuck the bullshit. I just leave. Like, all right, y'all, I'm on vacation. See you when I see you.
The fact that he told I'm gonna go watch. Look, I get it. You want to watch it? You can record that game.
Yeah, the homies got it, bro. What you mean? He got it for me. He got to go. I'm saying handle some other things. You know.
At least if that's what you're gonna do, then cool. But at least get hurt the day before, like the game before, so that you can't show up to the game the next day.
He just said, I'm taking this furlough day.
He gonna sit in the locker room and tell them, if they brought in playing, I already told them I'm not showing up.
I'm taking this furlough day, gang. I'm not coming in.
That's stupid. I can't
a mental health day.
I can't fuck with you. But again,
Ben Simmons did it. I can do it too. Shit.
Look, I'm trying to tell you, Ben Simmons did it, man. Man, AD sit on every chance he get. Why y'all can't let me sit out for one game?
Just so I want everybody. This is ridiculous. We're working on 3 hours. This is the longest show we've ever had. We done gave you some basketball. We done gave you some football. GQ, wife probably in the back throwing shit. You know, everything's going crazy.
No, she at work. She already cussed me out for being on the pod this long.
Right.
Thanks.
So everybody got to go do daddy duties. We up out of here. Thank you, Michael B, for coming through.
I appreciate y'all having me as always.
You know it, man. You know it.
It's always a pleasure to come on here and cook, Mel. You know what I'm saying? He told me on Basket to Basket last time. Don't ever do that again. So now I'm gonna just troll him every chance I get because Mel know Mel what he be talking about, dog. He does.
He ain't cooking me. We just like to argue. We gonna argue on Monday. I'm coming. Look.
By the way, y'all already know how I feel about this show. Best damn football show on the internet. Period. Coined by me.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate
Come on now.
that.
Talk to him.
And the numbers don't lie, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna keep on pushing. We're gonna keep doing that thing. Like I said, I'm coming on the basketball show Monday, all gas, no break. So we ain't even playing on Monday.
Let's get it.
And I'm working. I'm trying to get some shit together so I can get back on Gentleman's Talk. I got some topics I definitely want to touch.
Anytime you're ready, bro.
And it got something to do with the Josh Giddey situation. But
beautiful.
Because I don't look. The Josh Giddey situation is what it is, but I don't like the fact that there has been women on the other side of this that no one has talked about.
Oh, okay.
So
can I? Yep.
Hey, both of y'all are welcome whenever y'all want to do.
And look, that cast iron always hot. It's always ready for some fresh oil.
Absolutely.
Because I've been on this thing where look, if people do wrong, people do wrong. I just don't like you just singling out men that are doing wrong.
Hold the same energy.
Boy.
Keep the same energy. I ain't gonna say your name right now because I don't feel like giving you
I know
promo.
Diddy's in the news for a lot of things, but Cassandra Mills, she was the old exec for Giant Records. She was doing some crazy things to some of them artists. Missy Elliott, she was doing some things to some artists. If we're gonna throw everybody under the bus, we're gonna throw everybody under the bus. That's all I'm saying.
That's what Gentleman's Talk is for. It's the talk show. Let's get it.
Absolutely. And like everybody keeps saying, man, this train is rolling. We are now 4 subscribers away from 600. So we that much closer. Hey, man.
Let's pile it up, man. Pile it up.
We're running out of seats, man. We're running out of seats.
I'm gonna say, y'all better get on while you can.
All I'm telling you, Troy driving this motherfucking train with no brakes on it. He's just going.
Yep. As it's going through the station, you got to jump on. We ain't slowing down.
Hell no.
We're not even remotely.
Not even a lifeline. You better just take a leap of faith, baby, like the rest of us did.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. That's what it is.
Get your John Wick on or whatever that is.
But nah, that's all I got. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for pulling up as usual. The chat was live and in color. We love it as always. And if you ain't rocking with the shows, man, I'm telling you, what the hell are you doing with your Monday, your Wednesday, your Thursday, and your motherfucking Friday? The wrong thing. That's what you're doing. You need to fuck with it. So
100%.
If you can't watch us, hey, we on Spotify. Check the audio. We on iHeart. We got you covered. Hit us up on the website, podpage.com/FromTheSidelines. We got everything you need. Merch coming soon. Like you heard Emily talk about it last week. The merch will be up on the website. We're going to have you covered on all aspects of everything coming soon.
Yep. Any last words before we get up out of here, Moo?
No, y'all know what it is, man. Tom Brady owe me that fucking ring. I expect to see it at Allegiant next year. Stop fucking playing with me, dog.
This motherfucker
I ain't playing.
Yeah, we got the Deion's on.
It's prime time, baby.
Prime time. So you know what time it is.
What it is.
We're about to
come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn